One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, esports enthusiast, former football player, current Packers all-time leading rusher. I am that dude. So thank you for jumping into the podcast today. This is your time of the week for gaming goodness. So this is the weekly getaway to the latest news in the video game and esports space, hottest game release conversations, and in-depth conversations about some of the industry biggest headlines out there. We got a big one we're going to start off today, talking about Microsoft. But before we get into that, we'll check in, with myself and with Akedochaneru. So this, whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore esports fan, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. So my Gamers Lounge is the place for you. So it's something of a time for everybody. So grab your controller, settle in, and join us as we dive into a dynamic world of gaming. So, Akedochaneru, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm tired and stayed up till like 2 a.m. working on some schoolwork. And I just got done. We had to get up. We were up at 9, went to Lakeshore College, and then we just got done with a trio meeting regarding positivity and happiness and how it can affect your brain for the better and make you more productive. So that was an interesting and productive workshop that they held. Steph and I attended that and then came home.
That sounds like stuff we talk about when we're not streaming online, when we're offline. Good conversation, sound like.
They had a TED Talk. It was like 4 minutes. I think he went to Harvard, and it was just a study based on, just because you can't pour, things out of an empty cup, and that you can fill it up. It can be it's refillable, and what you fill it with, can help affect, the others around you. And there's, self-care isn't running errands, working super hard, and like burning yourself out, basically.
Nope, I'll tell you, we talk about that a lot.
Yeah, Steph was looking at me during the entire first part of that meeting.
But was she?
She's like, I'm like, yeah.
I would have probably did one of these.
Oh, we were doing that the whole time back and forth, because I got her back when they were talking about like not being on your phone, an hour before bed to help you sleep better. I'm like, she like doom scrolls on TikTok and stuff.
And that is Marie. I'm like, why are you on your phone in your bed and you wonder why you can't go to sleep?
She says it helps her fall asleep. So
I don't know how that's true. Marie says the same thing. It doesn't bother me. I'm like, you don't know it's bothering you? But it is.
You can't stop her vibe, man.
Right.
It's what
that's
it is.
Yeah, they're gonna do what they want to do, and if it works out, it works out. But New York says it's mindless. Yeah, it becomes one of those things that you don't think is doing anything good or bad.
Right.
And you find out in it some, years later, like, oh man, that's why I couldn't sleep and why I got high cholesterol and high blood pressure now. This is stuff I'm finding out being seasoned.
Jeez.
I had a doctor's appointment yesterday and last week, and went to the dentist. I go back to the dentist to get some things, filled in or whatever, some filling. I'm all that. So you got. Sorry, eating.
I'm like, what filling stuff can you? I mean, all you eat is nuts. I mean, aside from Marie's cookies, occasionally.
Right.
You're
Well,
not
no, it's
eating
nothing
a lot
bad.
of super sweet stuff
No,
anyway.
it's no cavity thing. It's just something they want to clean up really good. And so I was like, all right, I got Friday open. I'll come back next Friday. So
Gotcha.
that's it. And we got a couple of things going on Friday too. So we could finally get our theater stuff plugged up, installed.
Dope.
So I could use a movie theater. We could be in the movies at home. I had that at the house in Green Bay, So I was like on a mission to get that done and got done. So this
Dope.
past weekend was another fun weekend for us in gaming. So checking in real quick with the Pro versus Joe Esports Showdown. Eeyore is kind of on top of everything there. And he got himself a Dragon Knight t-shirt we got to get ordered. So we got Pokemon t-shirts for that now for y'all in the chat that have not participated in our monthly end of the month event, Pro versus Joe Esports Showdown. Or usually just Pro, which is me, versus the Joes, versus everybody else in select games that we've been playing for a year now. You know what? We're almost over a year. Oh, no, we're almost at a year. Because this was Esports Showdown 6. So we didn't start it last. We still talk about it, but then we actually started it
Right.
the summer. So it started in June or July or August. Because this was Esports Showdown 6, so the next one is 7. And we had a good time. We played 2XKO, Forza 5, Horizon 5, and what was 2XKO, Forza, and Halo Infinite on free. We tried to play free for all. We had to do custom matches because we had too many people in the lobby and all that, but we figured that out. We were able to do that. So what is Eeyore talking about? He said, I think we need a sign-up channel for Pro versus Joe. A sign-up channel? Oh, yeah, we could do that. We can add that to the Discord. I could do that. I'm going to do that. I think I know how to do that. I'll figure it out. You know me.
We'll figure it out. Those people have a whole month. It's not even just on Discord. He posted on Facebook.
I put it everywhere.
Like
people,
I mean, it's been this way for months. Like
people they don't want that competition, man. That's what it is.
They know we're doing it.
Exactly. I mean, I'm shouting. If it was in a movie in medieval times, I'm sending smoke signals. I'm on the top of a mountain yelling it out. I can't do it no other way, like Akedo said. He puts it everywhere.
6 ways to Sunday at this point, man.
I talk about it on the streams. I put a post on it this week. Remember the post I put up? Walking in my house from the living room upstairs.
Right, I saw that one. That was the day of. It was like an hour before or something like that.
Exactly, an hour before too. I'll let people know, hey, if you want to get in on this, let's go. All right.
It was everywhere.
So we did that on Sunday, and then Saturday I finished Doom, the Dark Ages. I just got to go back and finish all the, you got to find the Easter eggs all over. That's on Doom Dark Ages. They did that with the other one too, Doom Eternal that I played on Xbox. But this one's official, my first game, RPG game that I played mouse and keyboard all the way through. So,
that's an accomplishment, especially for Doom. Man, I know I won the keyboard and mouse. I think it's downstairs now from the other Pros versus Joes. I got a gaming keyboard and a mouse right here in the mouse pad, but I just something about mouse and keyboard. I don't. It's weird. It's weird. Controllers are.
It's like speaking a different language. You're not quite.
Yeah, like that fight pad. I'm like, I did better on the controller than I did with the fight. It's a learning curve no matter what you decide to do. But
what I recommend you do for the fight club, fight tab. Is it called a fight tab?
I think it's still considered.
It's
still considered a stick. I don't know. Let me see.
Okay, this is what I did. I give you some advice, a little tip of what I did. Fight pad.
It's considered it's all button optical arcade controller.
All right, we don't have to use all the words. We're just gonna call them a fight pad. So recommendation, how I got going with mouse and keyboard. This is something I did. You don't have to do it. This is just a suggestion. I took a whole week playing Valorant to get used to that. And that whole week straight. So I played Valorant at least an hour or more for a whole week. Even though I didn't like it, it was a rough learning curve. By Sunday, though, I had adapted. I had changed to everything, my fingers, my wrists, setting up my keyboard the right way and all that stuff. Got used to it. So that's what you're gonna have to do, is then play that thing at least once, be about an hour a day, play on a fighting game, whatever fighting game that is, with the fight pad, and then you'll gradually pick it up, because then you'll start feeling what you got to do to hit buttons, to make a move, to combo and all that. So that's just a highly suggestive tool that I did.
Well, it's not like I said. Eeyore was saying too. It's like a fight pad.
You got me what?
Adam,
this is considered a fight pad.
Adam got these. He said if you open them up online, he watches your podcast.
Oh, okay. All right. I just got from Marie some One Piece.
They're from Adam.
From Adam, One Piece cards here. He wants me to open them up.
Those are cool.
Yeah, let me do that real quick here.
I was gonna say, this is on the back of this. It says this is a fight pad.
Oh, okay. And what is that? What you use?
No, this is the one I was using. I brought to Frosty Faustings. This is a fight pad. That's why that's like a fight controller. It's not a fight stick because it doesn't have a stick.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because Eeyore was saying no stick, so it's a pad. But I'm like, it's not quite that either, because this is considered a fight pad. The other ones are, it's like a controller of some sort. It's not a stick because there's no analog stick.
Right. I need a pin. I need something to cut through here and stuff. Oh no, does it open up on the back? Oh yeah, it opens up the back. There we go. All right. I just don't have nothing else to open up the cards packets. All right, I know we're gonna turn into a card break here, but here we go. We got a card break. My wife just bought a friend of hers gave me some Pokemon cards to open up. So it's One Piece card game. One Piece. All right, one of my favorite animes that I'm watching right now. And I got Sabu at 5,000 right there. A Sabu card, 5,000. Not $5,000. It's a $5, 5,000 on the top of there, and that's a.
I think you hit the mic mute button.
I did. So I got Sabu on that first pull here. Sabu. Book of a Luffy.
That's what, the promo?
Yeah, the promo card. All right, let me get in his deck. All right, it's gonna go pretty fast. All right, boom. There's one deck open. Another. All right, here we go. Some of these cards look like repeats already. Let's see here. Any? I'll pull out the hollows. If I see any hollows, they'll come up. But a lot of these cards, yeah, I have seen already. I have already. So there's who is this? Brooke, right there. Card. It says, I don't know what the 4,000. What's the 4,000 mean? You know that in the corner?
I don't even play One Piece. Typically, it's your hit points or life.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. And this is a brilliant punk. You may return one of your characters to the owner's hand. So it's the card piece. Brilliant punk right there. And check your Facebook Messenger. Because I know I have to be mad at Nintendo and Microsoft. Nintendo is dragging themselves on the 40th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. Hey, yeah, they better. I don't know. They're probably doing something bigger for the year. Like, when's the actual date? I know this is the year, but what's the actual date? I'm just looking for some hollows. I haven't seen no hollows yet. What's the actual date? Oh, here's a hollow. It's of Saint Shepherd Jew Pieta. There's a hollow. Doesn't. Oh, here's another one. Oh, Zoro. The three swordsmen. Yes, the three swords that he battles with in Luffy in One Piece. That's a hollow. Ooh, I like this card. It's called the Empty Throne. I don't know what that is, but that's pretty dope looking. Right that's there. Cool. Yeah. And then let me see here. Coming up on this deck. Any more hollows? Nope. But I saw. Ooh, here's a nice little hollow. Oh, two of them right at the end. Trafalgar Law Hollow. Trafalgar, if I'm saying that name right. I don't think I am. And then Scooper Gavin. It's a nice little shiny card there. Boom. All right. So there we go. That's the first pack of some promo cards from One Piece, the card game there. Our next pack that has Ace on the cover of it. And then Ace, Portergas D Ace. This is Luffy's brother. He's a badass. That's the promo card out of the box. And then let's get to these packs and open up so we get on our way with the show. Because somebody that's already here as our interviewee is ready to go. Got some good questions fired up for him and everything. Hopefully he's ready for him as well.
I'm always ready.
And I don't know what it is with my house, man. Your house ever get where it's cold? It's warm outside and it's cold inside. Does that happen to you? Anybody in the chat?
Not unless I'm in the basement.
Well, that happens to me no matter what floor. I don't have a basement. I have an upstairs and a downstairs. And I just turned on the heat in this room. So actually now I'm gonna turn on the fan just a tad so it kind of circulates a little bit. But I'm like, why is it cold in that? My feet were numb. My feet, my little tubbies, my little toesies were like getting little numb rocks. All right, here we go. Next deck, 2 decks. Let me see any hollow cards in here. I got repeat offenders for sure. That means I could, with repeat cards, I could go buy, sell, and trade those cards. My man Ace again. And this would probably be a expensive card. So Ace, Portergas Ace. Portgas Ace, D Ace. I'm sorry. This is Luffy's brother, and he's a soldier. He's that dude. Oh, here's a hollow. Boa Hancock. Right there. Boa Hancock from One Piece. Bam. Another hollow. Lilith. I could say that without messing it up. All right. A couple hollows there. Napoleon. Never had him. Little Orange Jr. Repeat offender card. Oh, this whole pack is almost a repeat offender. So this is Portergas D Rouge. And I think this is Ace's and maybe Luffy's mom. Because that's a baby right there. That might be Luffy or Ace right there. There we go. All right. Oh, here's another. We got 2 hollows at the end. I think that's how the packs go. Sanji. Nice little green hollow there. He looks like he's kicking off his foot in somebody's chest. And then Stussy. Is that how you say her name? Stussy. Pull right there. Stussy. There you go. So I got some take some time this evening to put the packs back in my folder. So I'm starting to collect them. Get them. All day, every day. That was fun. Wasn't expecting that, but yeah, came through. Thank you. Shout out to I think Marie said somebody she trades cards with got me a pack. So I was like,
I think she mentioned his name was Adam.
Adam? Yeah, it was Adam. Yeah. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you for that. All right, so on that note, we're gonna take it to commercial where we got a commercial from our good friends at Lucid. Oop, I go the wrong way. Oh, no, I went the wrong way. I went the right way. From, is it Lucid Sound? Are we up? Oh, yeah, Lucid Sound. Here we go. See you on a few.
Level up your game with Lucid Sound, the next evolution in gaming audio. Whether you're Team Xbox or PlayStation, Lucid Sound has you covered with premium wireless headsets for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PS4. Hear every step, every shot, and every detail loud and clear. Comfort meets clarity. Game with Lucid Sound.
All right, we're back, and we got today's guests already in the stream right here talking with us already. Been checking in with them, seeing how everything's going so far. It's my man Akedochaneru, who is also, an ambassador at Lakeshore. Ambassador at Lakeshore. father, significant other, photographer. What else you do? Content creator. He streams as well. He does a lot. So I get to talk to my partner in crime today. I said, man, let's go down the road. Let's talk to you. Let's get you interviewed on this thing and have some fun.
I mean, people already know what it is when it comes to me for the most part. So,
but do they know everything? Is the question.
Pretty much. I talk
a lot. Yeah. That's the thing you do. But we're gonna find out a little bit more. But the original question on this show that we always ask is, what is your gamer origin story? So, what game was it? How old were you? And who was it that got you into gaming when you were a youngster?
Gamer origin story was my parents didn't want me playing games.
Right.
I was an only child. I played chess. I started at 4. Won my first tournament around 6. And it wasn't shortly after that tournament that my mom's coworker won a raffle for the PlayStation 1. And she didn't have kids at the time.
Right.
So she just gave it to my mom for me to have. So that's how I got my first game system. They never bought me a game system.
Right.
And it came with Mad Game Day 98.
Football. A football game that you don't touch right now.
And I absolutely hated it.
Right. You don't mess with it. Why did you not? Do you remember why you hated
Because
it?
I was like 7 and I had never touched a game really in my life. And they put me on this football thing and I'm like trying to just click buttons. I'm like, this is stupid.
I love the answer. This is stupid.
So then my parents are like, well, all right, let's go find you some new games.
Okay.
Now, we lived near Hollywood Video.
Oh, yeah. Remember that.
And this balding guy in his 30s worked there named Andrew. Now, little 7-year-old me looking for video games.
Right.
Gleam in his eye.
Was he bald then? So Eeyore was bald then?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dang. It caught him early, huh? It caught him early.
Yeah. Recommended to me, like Crash Bandicoot. I rented the games first. You know, he tried to get me in, I think, to Final Fantasy. I would say it was like 7 or I want to say it might have been 8. But I didn't wind up renting that one. For sure, It was Crash Bandicoot. We played Children of the Atom, and then my dad and I would play that one together sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But then we went to Best Buy and I got Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. And
I remember that. I didn't have it, but I remember seeing it on the shelves. Yeah.
And then we played Star Wars Jedi Power Battles together.
Yep.
And he was kind of intrigued at the graphics and because he was big into CGI. Yeah, Dad was, he had games, but so I would say that's not entirely true. That was my first game system. It actually started back on the Windows 98.
Yep, on PC.
So yeah, on PC.
Just like me, just like your boy. Okay.
So I lied. It was on PC before the PlayStation 1. And Dad had me doing things like Math Blaster and Word Muncher. And
I remember Math Blaster. I played that at school.
Jumpstart and Rayman. Rayman was my first game, like on the computer. And then I also had Sonic and Knuckles. They had like a Sonic collection. So I started with Sonic 3. That was one of my favorite ones. Sonic R and Sonic and Knuckles.
Nice.
And then I also played he wouldn't let me play his games because he had Wing Commander and he had Descent. And we used to go to Half Price Books and they had floppy disks, Dad was always looking at
love it.
Books, for C++ and coding.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying strategy guides for games.
Me too.
The bookshelves are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you'd be looking on one side at coding books, and I'd be opening up every Pokemon strategy guide, every Pokemon, every game that I was interested in that wouldn't let me play, I would just like read and read and read, put it back, read and read and read, put it, because we'd spend maybe an hour, 2 hours in there. I would just sit and read through all these game guides. So I knew a lot about games and kind of had an idea for what I wanted to play before actually owning it. So when I finally got, and I begged for a Game Boy Color, begged. For Pokemon,
they weren't going to budge on that. I know that
they didn't budge on it until it wasn't until Pokemon Crystal in like 2000 or something, that I got my first Game Boy, and it was a Game Boy Advance. But my parents were the type where they bought Pokemon Crystal for me and put it up on like a cabinet above the trash can, where they were like, "You got to be good for X number of whatever
days to get that."
They didn't even buy the Game Boy Advance yet. They bought the game.
They just had the game and was like basically like teasing. No, I won't say teasing. Like giving you a learning lesson.
You got to earn the Game Boy.
You got to earn it. Okay, yeah. I feel that.
I was like, can I just hold the box?
Yeah, I felt that. I went through the same thing. A little different, but same thing.
Everything was earned.
Yeah.
I had to get straight A's for my 360s. I had to get Game Boy Color. It was for Game Boy Color. You're right, but I was playing it on the Game Boy Advance.
Right.
Yeah. So I never got the Game Boy Color. I was on the Game Boy, the purple indigo, and Dad, I guess, had to go out on like Black Friday to get that. So I know what you're saying. I'm like, you're 1,000%. It was Game Boy Color. So I'm just like, but that's kind of how it started, and then that never stopped from there. In the high school, middle school, I earned my PlayStation 2, and was big into Star Wars Battlefront 2, was big into Burnout 3 Takedown. I remember
Burnout. I was playing that. I was in Green Bay then. I was in Wisconsin.
They didn't let me play Grand Theft Auto. I couldn't play.
Oh, of course not. I wouldn't have let you. If he was my little nephew, I told my brother, because he called me up, and I have nephews your age, and I was like, we're talking, and he's like, yeah, and he knew about Grand Theft Auto, and he's like, I let Preston, I let Zachary play. I'm like, and they were your age, and I'm like, bro, like, you're a cop. Why are you letting your kids play this game? He's like, I'm like, bro, get them off that game.
I don't know
right now.
But it was that's kind of how it was. And then like they didn't buy me games, like they didn't buy me controllers. I had to trade in. I became a master of knowing games worth and trading in like legit like everything I had. If I wanted an Xbox or a GameCube, I traded in my PS2 and all my games and then swapped over to a GameCube, and I would the people at GameStop would say I would like rob them basically because I stacked so many promotions and so many points.
And you still doing that today? I've seen you do it.
Man, awesome. Not as frequently as it used to be, but it was crazy.
Well, it started somewhere. Now I get it.
Well, because I used to call on the phone, and I would call GameStop, and I'd be like, well, how much is this game worth? Okay, Modern Warfare 2 is worth $30. How much is Halo 3 worth? Okay, that's worth like $16 or whatever else it would be. And I, judging by how good the game was from reading Game Informers and from word of mouth, I was able to kind of gauge for myself how much these games would be worth if I traded them in, just by getting the top values on the more popular games.
I never did. I should have did that. I started doing that later. It was too late.
I knew exactly what it was when I was trading them in, but then when I got it, I was like, cool, I'll have enough to get this, and this. And I might have a little left over, and my numbers were pretty spot on every time. So when it came to high school, and I was like, man, GameStop going to be my first job. GameStop's going to be my first job.
Me too. Like, between GameStop and Foot Locker for me, that was the two jobs I was hoping for, or a movie theater clerk to work at the movie theater.
But I got it. I got GameStop as my first job at 18.
Yeah.
Andrew had moved away by that point. Hollywood Video had closed down.
And that was in Milwaukee area?
That was back when he was in Milwaukee. He moved up to Sheboygan. So what's crazy was I was dumb. I said something stupid to a customer in Chester.
You're a kid.
I was a kid, and they were
teenager.
The store manager was ready to hire me. I would say it was like there was a Connect demo.
It had to be something to do with a game. I know
it
that.
Did.
Yeah.
It did. I ruined a sale for the manager because I said it was for perverts or something like that, or pedophiles or something.
Ooh.
Because there was a Connect demo.
A little bit too honest. A little bit too honest.
I mean,
you were honest. You were being honest, but you were a little. It was
a Connect demo where you talk to this little boy on a swing. I don't know why Microsoft thought that would be a good idea. It never, came out
that
probably
way
for obvious reasons.
I mean, either we would have heard about it. Trust me, we would have heard about it.
It was. If you look up mine, it was a Connect demo, and I was like, "This is weird." But it cost him the sale, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not hiring him after that." But the assistant manager, Chris, didn't know that Chester and I had the altercation.
Gotcha.
So when I applied, he said, "All right, let's take you back. Let's get you an interview." And he said, "Yeah, right. I'll recommend you to Chester. He had a really great interview, really knowledgeable kid. You got a National Honor Society, 3.8 GPA. Like, oh, this looks good. This looks good."
Beast mode.
And then I walk in, he's like, "I'll let him know he'll call you." I'm like, "No, I'll just come in tomorrow. I'll talk with him." So then, he's looking mad. He's looking real mad. And I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, and he just kind of looks at me and shakes his head.
Right.
I'm like, he's like, "Man, I had a guy who was supposed to start today. That I hired. He was supposed to start today. He didn't, just no call, no show right off the bat." I'm like, "Oh, snap." So I had my first interview yesterday, and your guy didn't show up today. So I'll just start stacking the shelves.
There you go.
Because you need a dude for the shift, right?
Yeah.
And he just kind of smirked and looked at me and just, shook his head.
You put forward that forwardness that you have. I know that forwardness that I could roll with. Yep. What's
and
up,
then
Destiny?
I was in the system.
Is it Destiny of a Dragon Warrior? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. You got it.
But after that, it was funny because then Ewar worked under, Andrew worked under Chester for a little bit, like I don't even know. I remember why he was down there. Right. But I walk into GameStop one day and see him in there. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I work for GameStop up in Sheboygan." So I was doing some training down here. I'm like, "Well, I work for GameStop too." So then we reconnected. Gotcha. And then we were playing online and stuff since then. So
how old were you then? It was teenage years?
18.
18. So teenage.
So I've known him since I was like 6.
Yeah. So you met him when he was at the Hollywood Video in the Milwaukee area. That's
correct.
Good. So we got so many things in line. Remember, I told you I was a Blockbuster Video clerk at Blockbuster Video when I was at Nebraska. So I was around 18. That age, 18, 19, when I had that job for a summer. Best job of my life. Like I said, I was trying to go Foot Locker, movie theaters, or Blockbuster Video, or any video place because I watch movies too. So that's a good aligned story. Makes sense in some of the cases of knowing you, but then also, obviously with the gaming prowess.
Then it didn't never stop. I went to Best Buy after that. Gaming generations out. It never stopped.
Yeah, I have some friends where they made a career at Best Buy. Like they not only were buying there, they became an employee, then manager, and on up. I mean, not the CEO. I wouldn't say CEO, but they're up there high, So it's like, hey, at least you got there where you wanted to go wanted to go. So thanks for sharing that gaming origin story. That was awesomeness. I could see all the direct, like my dad did the same thing. He brought a PC home. He was IT at Northrop Aviation.
Yeah.
Your dad brought a what you said, Microsoft what? Mine was Apple II PC. What was yours?
He had it was Windows 98. He had
Windows 98.
I'm trying to forget exactly. I think it was like an IBM.
IBM with Windows 98 on it. So yeah. So then boom, from there to then console. Me was ColecoVision. You was between you're at that time PlayStation 2, Xbox original, OG.
I never had the original Xbox. I had a PS1.
I'm just saying what's out around at that time. OG Xbox, Dreamcast, and a few other games, systems and things of that nature. But a lot of games are out that were around that time for us. And I'm in Green Bay at that time. You talking about 90? You about 2000, 2001, and all that in there. Right?
Yeah, those were around that time. PS1 slightly predates around. It was 99.
That was 95 for PS1. That's when that dropped.
Yeah,
and it had been out. And then 2000, I think when the PS2 hit, 2001 maybe. That's when the PS2 hit. So So Akedochaneru, let's talk about that nickname you gave yourself, man. So for those who don't know, on this journey of his journey here, he goes by Akedochaneru. So how did that? I know the story, but let the chat know and let people viewing in. How did that gaming name, or how did that name, and then becoming, I say, in the gaming part, becoming your lane?
So the whole Akedochaneru name started recently. It was only like 2021. It's only been that way for like 5 years. Like I had Chainlink X or something, which was like a fictional comic book character thing I was trying to do for like maybe.
You said Chainlink X?
Yep, that was my gamer tag for 10 years, something crazy like that. And I went through all these different stupid gamer names, like Snack Blaster was a good one.
I remember you told me that one.
I had so many. Don't ask how many gamer. I probably had over 40 gamer tag changes. And then I had the emails and just everything else because I just couldn't decide on something that would stick. But I settled on this one around 2021 when I really wanted to start streaming.
Right.
Because it means arcade channel in Japanese. And I did a lot of research as far as what would be unique as far as like would I have to try to fight anyone else for that gamer tag or whatever else.
Copyrights, unofficial copyright, stuff like that, right?
When I Googled it, nothing came up.
Good.
So I was like, all right,
well,
I'll roll with that because it had the A and the C. So Alan Calvin, AC. And then, my son, Artemis Calvin, he can also take up because I always wanted to do like an AC's arcade. That's always been kind of like a dream of mine or something like that. So my channel, I was like, I wanted to make that on a digital front because I see all these different streamers. And what I like most about arcades, even though I didn't grow up around the era of arcades being popular.
We did. Me and Eeyore did for sure. So we can help you with that question.
It was just like people could get together, regardless of your gaming background. You can if you go into an arcade, you're going to have a good time. It's fun. There's, all the different games you can try. You can meet different people. It's a social thing. Just the nostalgia of it, the putting the coin in, playing, trying to set a high score, and just like overall generally pretty good vibes. I can't think of a lot of people that don't have fond memories of an arcade. So that's what I wanted to embody when I created that name for my streaming platform, and everything else that I were to do online was to create kind of like an arcade environment where, you don't have to be a super big gamer. You don't have to, it doesn't matter your nationality, your background, your knowledge, your experience. You can just come into my stream, meet some other people, and have a good time. So that's why I named myself the way I did. And it stuck. Akedo is pretty short, simple, and to the point.
Nice. Yeah, it is. And this, for one, obviously once you see it and hear it, how it's pronounced, then you be like, for me, it was like, where's that from? That's not American. That's not American. But I was like, I know it's, Asian or Japanese, Chinese, definite context behind it, which is, I thought, very cool. So very creative.
And I'm fascinated with Japanese culture. Everyone that knows me knows I love like cherry blossom trees, samurais, just the whole culture of Japan. I want to visit there really bad one day. And they've got, some really cool arcade,
me too,
Japanese arcade stuff too. Like, I mean, the bonsai trees, just the architecture. Like, I was going nuts when I saw the architecture at the botanical gardens we were just talking about. So that's big for me.
Just another thing we have in common. Our birthdays are 2 days apart. It makes sense. I'm all infatuated with that culture too. Doing the things I'm doing from gaming to anime, but even my health too. That is Eastern beliefs in how you take care of your body. So, and that's a whole nother conversation. That's another stream for another day. We'll talk about that. But when did you realize, when did you realize gaming could be more than just a hobby for yourself?
It was around the time when I worked at Best Buy.
And that was,
I had always
18, 19
around. Yeah, it was like 2013. I think I might have been like 21, 20, something like that. And my dad did not want me streaming like out of his house, like
at all.
I was just looking at. I'll drop it in chat. It's crazy. I'd always.
So that's when Twitch was year one of Twitch.
Basically.
Yeah.
But he didn't want me, and this is my old account. It was SRS Leader.
SRS.
And I know you haven't seen this.
What's SRS Leader? What's that stand for?
Sephiroth's Renegade Squadron.
Oh, from Final Fantasy. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sephiroth.
it's funny. I'll drop it in chat. This is dumb.
Yep, that's
but
True Destiny.
That's a video from me from 17 years ago.
No, hold up. You put this in private chat?
No, it's in the Twitch chat.
Oh, Twitch chat. I don't see it. I got it.
But I was always big into creating videos and recording myself playing Guitar Hero and DJ Hero, and I had a little Pinnacle like DVD VHS to DVD converter, and I'd hooked it up to the outputs on a TV and then put those into the input on my computer and jerry rigged it myself to record videos to start producing content before content creating really was a thing.
Oh man, you were ahead of the curve. There you go.
I was ahead of the curve. But my dad just didn't, he's like, when you get your own place, son, you can, whatever. I don't want to get sued by the FBI or whatever else for knocking on my door and doing all this sort of stuff.
That was like my parents saying, "Hey, don't be having sex in this house, or you gotta get your own house."
Basically, but I'm just trying to play some video games.
Right,
I was just trying to. I was like,
Us too.
I can get on the, this is free. It doesn't cost anything. You can just upload your videos. It's like YouTube, but you're doing it in real time. It's called Twitch. It's
I remember.
Whatever else. So, but we, buttheads as parents, you got to respect the rules of the house, whatever it may be. So it was around that time when I realized that knowledge and creating, content that people would want to watch via video games could be valuable, because when you're in retail, people seek your opinions. They go to you. You're their guy for game recommendations. And I'm like, well, how come I can't do this on an online platform? Like, how come I can't write? I wanted to write reviews for GameStop. I for the longest time I wanted to do like a video game review thing, because I always thought I felt really knowledgeable from my retail experience.
Me too. Yeah.
From the certification programs you would do for Microsoft, the accreditation programs you would do through Microsoft, where they used to wear the pins and stuff at Best Buy. I was there at launch at Xbox One. I was there at launch, for PS4. I was, selling the consoles. We were setting up midnight releases for Titanfall, for Halo 5 Guardians at Brookfield. Like, I was there those nights,
right?
Trying for Mass Effect 3. I was there at the midnight release. I rode there on my bike. My parents are going to take me. I took my bike. I didn't even buy the game. I walked home with the strategy guide for the game because I wanted the collector's edition.
Right. You about that life.
We were about that life. So
nice. So we got now, fast forward, you're at Lakeshore finishing up some classes. And so you're part of the ambassador program, correct? Just make sure I have that right.
So it's not official yet. I'm not the current ambassador.
Oh, so it's just one person that represents the school, right?
Correct. Gotcha. So I'm applying to 2 ambassador positions. One I've been accepted for. The other one I will probably get. It's still to be. I still have to do some other steps for trio.
Right.
But the Lakeshore ambassador, the WTCS ambassador, represents the college and just overall. So basically, you're the face of the college. You're on the billboards, the website, and then you're helping out with the student government. I could, I'm slated to probably do things with the legislators, advocating for why we need, funds for schooling, why that's important. Telling my story, as a father, as someone who's going to school in their 30s,
and trying to still get a degree. Oh, that's awesome.
It's about persistence, and that's what I said in my interview. Is like, that the door for Lakeshore College in Cleveland is always open, and that and I told him, like, the first time I went, I dropped all my courses and didn't even go, because I had some other real life stuff come up. But, I met Steph, and then she went and finished her MA degree, and she was like, it's your turn. I supported her, helping out with Artie while she went to school.
Yeah.
Then I went back to school, and they were able to work with me to get credits from 10 years ago when I attended MATC in Milwaukee for web and graphic design. And I took a semester off, and they were like, that's okay. To help with Artie getting his daycare stuff situated. I'm grinding finals, and he's having some problems with daycare, but you got to put family first with that.
Exactly.
And they really liked the story of persistence, and the story that Lakeshore has always kind of been there. And you were like, why were you even interested in attending Lakeshore College? And I'm like, well, Lakeshore was interested in me. When I went to the job center and they first brought up going back to school, I'm like, I don't have any money to go to school. Like I can't afford to go to school. They're like, well, you might qualify for some free money. We got scholarships, we got grants. Why not do it? And then I got involved with Trio Student Services. That's that meeting I just went to for the workshop, and being a potential ambassador for them as well as representing the entire college. Is an honor and an opportunity that I don't take lightly, because it's the story that you can always further your education. There's always a door that's open for you, and even like what I do with you on the podcast, it's about making the most of opportunities that are set before you. You get out what you put in.
Yep.
And that's a phrase that there's often, I've, talked to President Carlson of the college, and, on a number of occasions. And I just got my gaming club approved by the student leadership board. So I'll probably be, founder of the gaming club at Lakeshore, because you just see needs that need to get addressed, and you just go for it. And I was talking with the IT guys, and they're like, dude, I remember, years ago when you were saying, how come we don't have a gaming club? Now you wrote up the constitution for the gaming club. You got the PowerPoints, you're pitching the thing, you're doing, all these things that I do. And it's like, for me, I'm not doing it because you're trying to get famous. You're trying to be like, oh, wow, look at me. I'm trying to pad my resume. Yeah. I just saw stuff around campus that I wanted to change, or that I felt that I could use my my assets and stuff to help and make a difference.
Yeah, make a difference. Yep, man, that's amazing.
Why not?
Yep, and the same thing that we've game along with each other enough for the last year or so and longer. That's the same stuff I pretty much push out for people and what they're doing. I'm happy to know that was something that was already part of your DNA before we even truly met. And I know face-to-face we met when I was at Lakeland myself.
Yep.
With Eeyore, when he brought you over to the facility that summer when we first ordered our equipment, some of the gaming equipment that summer, to get the facility start really hooked up all the PCs, got the tables put together and all that fun stuff. So starting from scratch. So.
And I'm still trying to build on that too, because you took me to the facility, because Lakeshore does a lake to lake for the bachelor program.
Yeah, they do. College. They work with Lakeland. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is also tie gaming club into their esports. Eventually, I haven't talked with them yet, but
just talk with Brett Sheldon. He's the guy.
Yeah. But doing some collaboration events where we can do some on-campus tours or events at Lakeland University. We're using that so that you help start, so that way people can get in the mindset for a 4-year college, or that kind of just to provide sisterhoodship between the colleges and things that way.
Yeah. So the next question up here is why is esports important in school systems and for youth development?
Oh, that's an easy one. So talking with people who coach esports, Jeff Cole TV, yourself, It provides a sense of teamwork. I think it portrays gaming in a different way than parents will typically perceive as a waste of time, or they might not know or be knowledgeable enough about the benefits via Stay Plugged In or other services that are offered that can come about gaming. You see, you're like, oh, you're spending time in the game all day. I'm like, right. But when the dollar signs, roll in for, oh, there's money available for this, or, oh, you're actually really good at this. Oh, I didn't know this is on ESPN. Hey, Bob, did you see that gaming is on ESPN? Oh, now the tune changes. So getting involved in the club is no different, than any other sport. It could be, some people might be, good at chess club, or some people might be good at Overwatch, or League of Legends. It's the same thing. It's still a strat, right? It still involves using your mind in a way where you have to think outside the box, work with other people, and then, like you were saying, for your the trainings when you went out to Nebraska for the summer camp, and you have people who might otherwise, and I hate to say it this way, be perceived as a loser or someone who's an uncool or unpopular kid.
No, so
but
it's understood. Yeah.
When you throw the control, when you put him in the ring, broken clutch, he a superstar.
Right.
All of a sudden, they're tuned with these other jocks or other cool kids or whatever else or all the other things. None of that matters if you're trash, at a game. When you pick up the sticks and you're good, you're that guy. Yeah. So I feel that empowers people who might not have the same confidence level as whatever, and it builds that confidence, and it also makes people think, you know what, maybe I've been kind of harsh on him. Maybe there's value outside of what I initially saw. You can't just judge a book by its cover regarding the sport, regarding people. And I think that gaming is a wonderful opportunity that addresses that and allows people to grow in a different capacity that they didn't think was possible.
Oh man, yeah, that's solid right there. Yep. When you get in that ring and find out, and it'd be a whole different frame of reference, for the people even playing against that person they thought differently of until when they start playing the game.
Never underestimate your opponent. You know, Akedo's tip of the day. I'm telling you, bro. That's the pride comes before the fall.
Exactly. So as a creator, because you do other things too. You photographer, you stream on your own channel, and we got to get you streaming on there more. We already talked about that. But so what is one mistake new creators make when trying to build their brand?
Comparing themselves to other creators.
Why? That's a great answer. Great answer. Explain that. Break that down real quick.
Everybody thinks that they fit some sort of mold. Everyone thinks that they've got some sort of way that they think they have to be, the super cheesy, like overexcited, overstimulated, over-sexualized, over the top, crazy, whatever. If that's what you have to do for your content to thrive, that's not you.
Right.
That's fake.
Right.
Like, I'll just straight up, say it.
Yeah, that's one thing about why we're friends. You don't cut corners. I like it. My dad was that way, so most of my friends are like that. So there we go.
If you catch me on any given day, outside
my
of
wife
stream,
is like that, so that just proves the point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I am the same on camera as I am off camera. 1,000%. Like, this is not a facade. Like, this Akedo's, me, Alan, whatever, it's who you are as a person is what you sell.
Correct.
The same goes for retail, for anything in life. You don't want someone, because then you're catching yourself in a lie. You're not being true to yourself, and nobody wants to watch. They can tell, right? If you're just trying to do things for views or whatever else, or come up with some online persona that's some type of way, just be yourself. Just honestly do you. Like, if my thing's Pokemon, everyone knows that thing's Pokemon. But you know what? I'm a 33-year-old black dude who likes Pokemon, right?
Facts.
But at the same time, those kids roll up on Pokemon Go. They assume that I don't know anything because, I'm like, look, man, that's my birthright. If you want to throw down on the game, we can go.
Watch your back playing against him too, everyone. Just let you know he's a gamer.
But that's my passion, and that's it's a no-brainer to me. That no matter what game you play, I don't like sports games. I don't like horror games.
I'm gonna get you in there. I already got you started with horror. We already did that.
Sports you did, but I would say that's content too, though.
Yeah,
is that the reason why people like and look forward to me playing horror games is because they know I don't like it. They know I'm not great at it, and they think it's funny to watch. But also, that's following that journey of like, what if he starts to like it? Like, what other game can I recommend for him, or what's a good first game? And I feel like it's a dumb reason, and that's why I have such a long backlog. But I want my first experiences with horror games or sports games or whatever game I play to be genuine. Yeah. So the first time reactions that people see me play, like Dark Souls or Demon Souls or Elden Ring, I still haven't played Zelda even. Like the frustrations and stuff that you'll get when watching me stream at 33, even though people have played these games in 1985, is 100% genuine. But that's also why I kind of have trying to stay away from playing them for so long, is because that way it's still fresh. You're like, how can something from 1985 still be fresh? Because this is bro's first time going through it, and all the maps. You've drawn all the maps. Exactly like what to do. But, for me, I'm just like, bro, this is hard. I don't even know what is going on. this dude's just handing me a shank and just telling me to go out. It's not safe. It's not safe. You got Q-Berts everywhere trying to shoot me. I got this little thing that looks like a Bible for a shield. I'm out here struggling.
What game is that? What
Zelda.
Oh, you talking about Zelda? He said,
when I first popped that
looks
game,
like a Bible when you put the shield.
He got a little cross on there. I'm like, man, what the, he said, good luck, bro. I'm like, I guess. That's what it looked like to me.
It looked like a little Bible with a shield. Oh Lord, that was his shield. That's hilarious. That's awesome.
I'm like, that's the only thing that's going to save you out there in Hyrule is Jesus.
Facts.
But once again, that's whatever you guys watch me, whatever I stream them on. That's what it is. So.
It's facts. It's facts. So, like I mentioned already, you're a jack of all trades out there. What is your creative? So, in this jack of trades of things you do, streaming, photographer, and all that. So what is your creative process before either you're streaming, before you hit record, or when you're behind the camera in your hand? What is your process before that?
There is no process. My process is that there is no process. I don't care if it's chess or whatever else. I'm very much an on the fly kind of guy.
Okay.
It's one of those things where, and you've seen with you or whatever else, you're just in it.
Yeah.
You're just in it. Like, I don't even think about it. When I press go live, there's no pregame. I'm going to talk about this. I got this calendar for this, or I'm going to, like, normally you say I overthink. I press go live. I look at the camera and I go, all right, what up?
That sound like me.
We're doing this today.
We're doing this like this today.
How's everybody doing today? This is the game we're going to be playing, and that's about all I really know. And I think that the most raw,
that's what you need to know.
The most raw, unfiltered content, like and me and Atomic and just jokes on the fly, I'd rather have it. I don't do a script. I think that the best way, and it's good because you have to think on the fly. That's how real life is.
Yeah.
There's no script. There's no, whatever for it. Just talk to people like they're your friends. Talk to them like they're people. What's up, Naughty? Yeah. Cowboy Naughty, when I'm in his chat or whatever else, you're you. Mm-hmm. Wherever you go, you're selling as a content creator. You are selling yourself first 100%. Before your content. Because I don't care how good your content is. If I think you're a jerk, or if I don't, get a good vibe from you, I'm not watching you. I don't care if you're the best Call of Duty. I don't care if you're the top 500 prop hunt player in the world, hiding underneath the map.
We had to deal with that the other night. Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not watching.
That's funny. Good.
I want people to like me for me. I want people to see me for me, and that goes for any capacity, whether it be photography, whether it be whatever. And I think more people, more businesses, whatever you do, they invest in you as a person. And you can teach someone if they're willing to learn, but you can't, if people are arrogant and ignorant, and not willing to learn and change, and they think they know everything, you can't work with that. No, and you wouldn't necessarily want to either. People need to learn the hard way. So, you gotta set them straight sometimes. If you're gonna be somebody where you're gonna be in the position working alongside people, you gotta say, all right, we're gonna be here for a while, so we need to have a conversation, because right now, what you doing ain't flowing. We gotta, it's all about respect. Letting you know how I do things, and you already let me know how you do things. And right now, that's not working. So it's give and take, though. Too, you gotta be receptive. You gotta be receptive. And I mean, that's the other thing with being a content creator is, like, if people are critiquing you, don't get
mad.
Don't get mad. Don't get whatever. Just hear them out, and then take it with a grain of salt and be like, I heard you.
Yep.
Maybe even relay back, what they're saying, but then be like, okay, you're finished talking. I understand that. I'll incorporate that into my idea. I'll try it out.
Yep.
I understand. Take that feedback, take that criticism, but then be productive with it. Like, don't get angry over it. Turn that anger into, like, production. That's what I try to do. Is, like,
turn that
anger positivity.
Do that, because that's where you learn, and you don't because people, like I said, they get emotional,
Yeah.
and then they turn their ears off because they're not listening because they're emotional. They think they're being attacked, and you're actually getting given feedback. Somebody's telling you something you could potentially do better.
Yeah.
And once you hear that side of it, then you could go in and be like, all right, so and so gave me this feedback on this. You know what? Let me go into the studio, and let me, before I do think about whatever game I'm playing, I'm gonna do that first because that's what they saw as something I could improve in. Boom, that's a win.
Yeah, never, just like with gaming, like I said, remember, never assume you're the smartest person in the room.
No, you try to be, but you
try to be, but I'm just saying, like, even when I play Guitar Hero and you think there's always someone better than you. Always at least one. And you look mad stupid when they show you up too.
Yeah. That's if you trash talking. That's if you're asking for it, which you don't do at all. Or I don't either. I'm like, All right. So heading into the big picture type question here. Not a big picture, but somewhere in the space that we work in, the esports side of it. So where do you see esports and the gaming culture heading over the next 3 to 5 years? Where do you see that going?
I'm hoping it grows. It's really weird because I think with esports, it has to do more with the games that we play and the companies more than esports as a whole, because they go hand in hand. So, for example, if Overwatch comes under fire for XYZ, or if they change up how they do things, or whatever else, the players have to kind of balance that. The players don't feel like playing the game, and they're your superstars.
You got a problem.
You might want to stop making some changes.
True.
Right. And then we're not seeing a heck of a whole lot of new esports games on the horizon. It's your default Rocket League, Super Smash Bros.
And then sports games.
Valorant, sports games, whatever. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. League of Legends, Dota, whatever. But I feel like it's hard for people to break into that field because some of the giants who have been doing this for so long, like FaZe, T1, et cetera, Faker, and people get elected year after year after year. Now, that doesn't mean obviously those people get dethroned recently, but I'm just saying to break out into the professional side of esports, you have to be of a certain caliber. And I wish that it was just a little bit more open. And now we're doing certain things at the high school level with esports. There's a lot of opportunities, but I think that there needs to be, how should I say? There needs to be a way to gap between being super professionals, like NIL. You know what I mean? There needs to be a different way that, if athletes can't make it as big as the super professionals, there are smaller leagues or something else that
developmental,
right, where they can still capitalize on their name, image, and likeness and to get them to that point to get paid, because that's content, and they need a shot too. And I mean that goes back to you with whatever else. Just because people don't necessarily get drafted for whatever else doesn't mean they're bad athletes. It's just a one shot and done. But I mean, I still feel like there's a lot that people can contribute. Because they were and are good athletes, it can still inspire and help coach or teach or promote content for esports, even if they're not considered, the best of the best. I think if we widen the gap using NIL or other opportunities, I think everyone could benefit. I think you'll get a lot more feedback instead of just from the professional level, but from people who are new to the games and maybe can provide some different inspirations for new esports games. There's just a lot of growth there, but it's going to take game companies to really listen to the gamers.
I'll say open up and like you said, open up and listen to the gamers, because it's a nucleus. So the gaming companies grow big because we are the consumers buying the games.
Correct.
If we stop buying their games, what do you think is going to happen to that company? Boom. You know,
Well, we've seen that happen with too many companies. You know, it only takes a couple reviews, a couple trolls, and whatever else to shut a whole operation down. So
yeah. And so, what
sometimes the companies shoot themselves in the foot. We'll talk about that later, but whatever.
Of course. So, what about that's the esports side, but what about just the gaming culture in general? Where is that headed as well? Because it's from being, like you mentioned already, one, being a content creator, but then wearing and finding your authentic self and stuff like that in content creation. But then gaming itself, where is that thing going?
Man, being a gamer right now is weird. Like, you can't be a sheep. If I had to have,
you can't be a follower. You can't be a follower.
Yeah,
in other words,
you can't be a follower. It's like, just because someone else doesn't like a game doesn't mean you don't have to like a game to be cool. Like, everyone hops on this bandwagon of, oh, such and such say they don't like this game. I don't even need to play it. I don't like this game. I'm going to write a bad review for this game, even though I ain't never touched it. I don't know any prior knowledge of the dev. I don't care how long it took them. I don't care about the blood, sweat, and tears. AI, trash. This game, trash. I don't care if they did whatever. It's trash. There's like a bunch of like ignorant trolls on Reddit, that like
Reddit. Oh my God.
They don't give the game a try. They don't give it the time of day. And then it comes out later. Some games are actually pretty bad. But I'm still saying that because...
True. Very true.
Because of... But, I mean, even that's an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not... You need to be able to formulate your own opinions. And I think the fact that a lot of gamers don't do their research and formulate their own opinions...
They just go off of what they see in the 8 to
it's
10
killing the
reel.
industry.
Yes.
It's games are getting shut down, companies are getting shut down because people hate on a game. It's not generating as much money, and we've seen this on the podcast time and time again. It's like every other week I post an article, hey, Ahman, this game company got shut down. Hey, Ahman, this game. And then I watched the Xbox Presents and the developer directs, and I see the chats on the side. If you want to, when the next Nintendo Direct, the next Xbox developer direct or PlayStation Direct, I encourage you guys to turn on your chat on the side
and watch,
just to see people saying lost, trash.
Oh yeah, it's negative. It's
the
toxicity,
whole comment.
as we say in our space, toxicity.
They're not even willing. Like, they had the clay one where you make these different pots and you can like mold your different.
Yeah, we just saw that. We just saw that in the
hate for that game.
Really,
and this is from Double Fine. Oh my gosh!
Really,
everyone was trashing it. I don't want this. Give us, whatever. Give us Gears or whatever. Like, they're just. I'm like, can you
go buy Gears of War? It's out. It's on PC. They did a remaster. Go have that.
That's not what they want to see, or they want to see something on that.
Else. Yeah, I get you.
It's not my fault you're an imbecile and aren't cultured enough to try a game outside of your default first-person shooter, team-based oriented game, where you're not like willing to, open your mind to try, 100%. Something else, something different. It could be fun. People are just so against, trying new things in different genres. And they're not as cultured as they could be. Like, I know dang well, if I sat, these Robloxian kids in front of Skyrim, they wouldn't know, man, they couldn't do it. They ain't got the attention span for it. The 88, the TikToks, the shorts, the reels have decreased our attention span so much. They would take one look at 1985 Zelda, click on the game, probably not even take the sword and cut it off. They were like, it's not safe to go alone. Take this. What does he want me to do?
Don't know.
Walk up and take the sword.
Yeah.
And then it's like the minute you walk out and you don't know where to go.
It's not rocket science. Right. You want to complain about the game. Oh, the thing has no direction. This, that, the other. Or I don't know where I'm going. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, because you have to use your mind. You have to use some creativity. You have to like not do some mindless repetitive motion in another game. And then the indie devs are the only ones that are really stepping up. They've really stepped up
because they got to get they got to get caught on. They got to find a patch of people that really love the game. If not, they're shut down. Unfortunately,
we're finding more independent developers produce more content and better games than the AAA titles in the past. Really? I don't know how many years. Yeah, I mean, look, like Mouse PI for hire. I think Torchlight's an indie game. Like all these other games that come up are made by smaller teams. Clair Obscure.
Yep, that one. Game of the year. Boom.
Sort of the and I mean, like, these are smaller dev studios that are producing these incredible, amazing stories and stuff. And the bigger companies, we're just kind of like, what are you guys up to?
Right.
So just encourage gamers to maybe make that your goal for 2026. Pick up a game that you swore up and down you weren't going to play. And I speak for myself with that too. If I swear I'm not going to pick up Madden, I'm picking up the sticks. At least I downloaded it.
You did.
At least I started the tutorial for it.
More. Yeah.
It put me to sleep when I was at your house. But you know what? I slept good. At least I still downloaded it again. Whatever. I'll still try it. At least I played the horror game. At least I got through a Resident Evil. Did I download a $5 minigun DLC?
You sure did, and it worked. Yeah. But you need that for that game. You have to, because they make you build your bullets, okay, from normal power to high power casings. So at least
But that frustration I would not have understood had I not experienced it.
True.
So I'm glad I got
and you
that
had fun time with it. And
I did.
Fun. Yeah.
Because I joke around about it. Now I look back, I'm like, man, that was rough. But then everyone's like, feel that. You know what I mean? But unless you actually try it, you'll never understand, the other side of whatever that is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So. And then you're talking about growth. There you go. All right, next question here. Got a couple more, then we'll wrap up. What's it like co-hosting with me on this show? On the Mind Grease Gamers Lounge. What's it like?
It's a ride. It's fun. It's fun because you get to meet all of the people in our chat. I think the best part of streaming with you is meeting our viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that meeting Naughty, meeting Atomic, ain't no way in a million years would I have guessed that Atomic was a customer of mine at Brookfield Best Buy, but I reconnected with him through the podcast. I have not seen him in 10 years.
Amazing.
But then when I rolled up to his house, I'm like, bro, it's you. He's like, I told you, I think we know each other. I'm like, you are like my favorite customer. He's like, I know. I used to buy stuff from you all the time. I'm like, bro, ain't no way. He's like, so we knew each other.
Yeah.
And then,
there
meeting the horse boat. And we're all Wisconsin based. And then meeting, going to the gaming classic, meeting Tommy, meeting Dan, and connecting with people who we both mutually already know, like Greg at Game Trade and DePere.
Correct.
Right.
And when you said Game Trade, I already know. Yo, Greg's the owner. Boom.
Right, but it's crazy because I met Greg on my own, and it was one of those things where when I was always going up to Oconto Falls and I was dating Steph, I'm like, man, what game stores are on the way here? Oh, this is the place.
Yep,
these are the guys. And then obviously I was like, well, I work at a game store too down in Sheboygan, and they would come down and visit gaming journalists.
He told me right away when I met Greg. He told me he knew Andrew or Eeyore. Right away.
Right.
He said, I worked for him, or we did this thing together. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
But I'm just saying the connections that we make through the podcast and interacting with, viewers and just making it happen. Once again, there's no real game plan. It's just kind of like, man, you at the Midwest Gaming Classic? I just convinced Horseboat. I'm like, he's like, where is that? What is that? I'm like, it's at the Barrett Center. I'm like, let's go. He was like, you guys are going to be there? I'm like, yeah,
I'm going to be there.
And then all right, cool, I'll go. Atomic, he's never been there. We'll go. And then we're all going to be looking at retro games together
and playing retro games all weekend.
Retro games together, it's going to be a good time. And if other viewers want to get in on that, I guarantee you,
if you're in Milwaukee or Wisconsin or near Wisconsin, you got a whole month and a half to get on the road to go to MGC. All will be there.
You come play with us. I mean, I was gonna say I guarantee you there's no other NFL athlete out there that's just chill and that you can like roll up and play games with him at a gaming convention. 1,000%. There's not that ain't gonna happen.
Nah, very rare. Unless you're paying them a whole bunch of money.
Forget that.
Exactly. It ain't about that.
So it's
about the connections, man. It's about
that's what I would say the best part of streaming, doing this with you is.
Yep, the best part. All right, got to put you on the spot real quick. So what's been your favorite Ahman Green Gamer Lounge moment so far?
Getting diddied, 1,000%. 1,000%.
We were just talking about that last
1,000%.
So I'll set this up, chat, for you that have not been in our streams when we are gaming. So this is the podcast. Then on this same channel, we stream Call of Duty, Halo, Madden, fighting games, Doom the Dark Ages, what have you. We were playing Call of Duty one day, and was it the pros versus Joe, or was it we just was able to?
I believe it was the pros versus Joe.
Yeah,
or was it Monday match? It was one of the.
It was either Monday matchup or it was a pro versus Joe, one of the events, and we had a gamer who's also a former player, and he goes by the name of the Monster. Was it the Monster or was it?
It was my friend D who did it. The barber, Elite Barbershop, who give me my cut.
So he said and grabbed Akedochaneru and said he's getting diddied, and everybody, when all the Diddy Sean Combs stuff was going on, that was like the perfect. It was a joke. Thank God, it was just a joke, but still, it hit hard.
It wasn't a joke for me. I was screaming for help. Because everybody in the lobby was like, why is he asking for help?
Oh, he got hit, in Call of Duty, you could hold a hostage. So he got in hostage and he said he
was just putting me up against the wall. I'm like,
man.
I was like, man, help.
I said, why he had to go there? I said, yeah.
Hey, and then he killed me.
He didn't have to go there. I was like, oh, so that was funny. That was
hilarious.
Funny. Yes, that's probably.
I wasn't even mad.
Right. That had to be the funniest clip of 2025. If we didn't have an award for it, if we had an award for it, that would have won.
The only other one was when you told me that they were gonna come in that shed, and I was like, oh shit!
I was like, get out! I was like, oh, here you go.
And those guys whipped around that corner and melted me. I was trying to pick them off, and I was just like, we were playing Warzone. Those stick out in my mind.
Crazy, but yeah, I remember that one. We were just talking about the other day, actually, over the weekend.
Craziness.
All right, this will be a good one here. Good question here. So, what separates gamers who improve? Let me see. Make sure I read this right. What separates gamers who improve from gamers who stay stuck?
It's about the work you put in. Duh. Yeah. I hate to put the duh.
No. Sometimes it is that simple. It's just
it ain't no difference than you with sports or whatever else.
Yeah, I put a lot of time in it. That's what I did.
If you're not gonna put the time in, don't be surprised when you're trash. It's not like you wake up one day, wow, I'm trash and I'm good at this,
or I'm good at this, or you can't just wake up.
I play Guitar Hero. You know how many times I played, how many hours I put in.
Yeah,
I played until I had blisters on my fingers. I made it a point that entire summer to learn Expert, to play the hardest song on Guitar Hero 10 times a day. I played 30,000 notes till I had blisters in my fingers. And then I still continued to play.
Yeah, and then after that it's like numb. You're numb.
Exactly. You're just you can pick up pretty much play any song. And that was when I was training for like the Midwest Gaming Classic, when I used to go to the competitions and stuff.
Yeah, you told me about that. And that's when I was just seeing Gaming Classic on advertisement because I could never make it down because either training camp or practice around April, when that was mini camp time for me when I was playing. So yeah,
you got to put the work in. I think they said it's like 10,000 hours or something until you become
Malcolm Gladwell. 10,000 hours. Read the book.
There you go. So I got that in Pokemon.
Oh, for facts, that's his thing right there.
I'll pull up the stats and the fact sheet. I caught them all. I'll pull it up right now.
He did. Trust me, I know. I've seen it.
I'm just saying, like but it wasn't, once again, not the TCG stuff. I mean, like the games, like, from 6 onward, watching Channel 24 when you're 6 years old, like, I have a right to celebrate the 30th anniversary come this Friday, which we'll talk about,
know what they're going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on Friday. We'll be
like I said,
gaming.
I'm not gonna get worked up over it, but I'm just saying,
Don't
just like
save it for Friday. Save it for Friday.
oh, you don't even know.
Oh, I already know. Yes, I
You don't
do.
even-
Save it for Friday. I want you to just be in your world Friday. All right, get on the next question. What advice would you give your younger self if you were just starting in gaming today?
Oh, you mean Artie?
That's a little mini me right there. So what would you give Artie right now? What's his advice from
Corporal punishment?
Silly. He's 3. What is he? 4. So you gotta expect that, man. He's 4. Okay.
I'll put it to you like this. Like yesterday, he was asking me how to build these blocks. He's like, Dad, you gotta do it for me. I'm like, nah.
Nah, you gotta do that yourself.
He's
homie.
like, well, I don't know how to do it. There's no instructions. I'm like, you were looking at the box.
There you go.
What you gotta do? He's like, well, there's this piece here. All right, grab it. Where do I put it? I don't know.
Look at the box. Right.
He figured it out though.
Yeah,
you know,
you helped him.
He
learned.
figured it out, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Dad, I did it." I'm like, "There you go."
Saying, hey,
You know, whatever else. Like, I'm trying to find him like a smaller game controller for his little hands.
yeah.
Sony or anybody, if you guys are watching this, y'all dirty for not making
Power A.
tinier controllers.
Power
Right,
A. Power A. We'll reach out to Power A. He'll get him a
Legit.
when's
He
his
just
birthday?
needs a tinier controller. His
Give me
hands
his
are
birthday.
too small.
Send me his birthday, and I'll look on their list. They got little mini controllers.
I have one for the Switch.
Okay.
But I don't have one for the. I have not
Xbox
been able to
and
find one for
PlayStation.
PlayStation and Xbox.
Got you. They do. Yeah, companies either Power. I know Power A makes them because I see.
I'll have to look around because I want him to be able to. I want to game with my son, but it's like,
right.
you know, his hands are so small, and I'm
Right
like,
now,
dang,
he got to grow into the controller basically.
he's trying to do one. He has to put it on the table and move one stick with one hand and one stick with the other hand. I'm like, bro, you're.
And that's not
struggling.
efficient. Yeah, that's not efficient.
But Mario Kart he likes, but I have to
Good.
still tell him too. I'm just like, bro, you have to hold this button, go left. He's like, I don't want to go left, and he falls off. Dang it, Dad, I fell off. I'm like, bro, what did I tell you to do? Go left. What did you do? Went right. You know, I'm like, all right, well, run it back. I mean, that's what them kids need to learn. The school of hard knocks, just straight up.
He said straight up. Oh man, that's a great answer, man. Great answer. All right, next question. A couple more left. This is second last, and then we'll have some rapid fire stuff come at you. So, what goals are you setting for yourself, personally and professionally, for 2026?
I've dubbed this year like Expedition 33.
I like that. Why? Why is that?
Because it's just one of those.
That was
things,
game of the year too. So why was that?
Because I'm 33 years old. You know, I'm looking back at my life, and I'm looking at what I want to do, what you're capable of doing, and just going all out. You know, I've been taking on probably more responsibilities than I should, but I mean at the same time, I'm old enough to know what needs to get done, and this year it's just about just doing it. Like I was saying for when I prepare for the interview. I didn't even read the questions. You know, I ain't got them. I'm just flying off the handle with this. But like, and I feel comfortable doing it though too, because I'm confident, and that's where I'm trying to project that in almost every aspect of my life. Boom. You know, like with school, you know what you're capable of doing. Do it. You know that you're a capable photographer for Midwest Gaming Classic. You've done it before. Run it. You know, just what to do. Shia LaBeouf, like, just do it. It's one of those things where you can't.
What Shia LaBeouf? Transformers? Or
he did a whole meme thing. He was like, Josh, do it. Like,
he just did a social media thing.
It was an inspirational quote post thing that he did, I guess. But like, just going for it, just not really thinking about it, just being in the moment, just going for it. If you think that if it's something that you want to do,
get it done.
Let's get it done, man. Like, life's too short. You know, you get your degree, the rest will come. Don't worry about it. Just handle your business and take it one day at a time, one thing at a time. And then I set goals a little bit at the beginning of the day. I kind of go into the day thinking, all right, I got the podcast today. I need to take out the garbage. We're going to run this. I worked till 2 a.m. last night. I need to relax. I need to play a game. I want to do this. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to play this. I need to look at the games on sale before, whatever ends tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got, I just, and then you just kind of have your run.
Us being Aquariuses, man, it's scary how much we think alike. It is scary. I'm the same way. I'm plugging stuff into my calendar. I'm saying I got to do this at this time. If I don't do it, I can't get it done. I want to do this. I want to play this game with so and so, with you guys, with Marie, with the kids, on whatever. So that's just that Aquarius vibe we got going on here on the stream right now. So last question of the show, and it's the question that we always give our final guest: where can people follow and support your journey, Mr. Akedo?
My name is Akedochaneru on everything.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to be one of the people that it's one name, no numbers, no spaces, no, just that name. Instagram, TikTok, X, Face, I honestly, when you type in my name, all your stuff pops up.
Now it
dude,
does.
you type in, I'm gonna do it right now. Akedochaneru. When I type that in, look, Halo Talk with on IG Live, Ahman Green, Akedo, we chopping Wingman Wednesday. My trophy log.
We're part of the algorithm now, baby.
It's part of all. It's all the images. It's all NIL TV and you. So it's one of those things. We're damn near at the hip. So if you,
of course,
I'm out here. You'll find me. It ain't hard, or I'll find you. One of the two.
No, not hard at all. We're gonna find you, and we're gonna put you in some either Team Up Tuesday or Throwdown Thursday. Get some fighting game stuff going on and all that fun stuff. So Akedo, man, I want to say thank you for being a special guest. And on that note, we'll head to a commercial and we'll get into our show. We got some quick hit news bites, got some stuff that Akedo put up, and Eeyore also that helps out every now and then with some of the quick hit news bite. But we'll get to that right after this commercial break from Stay Plugged In. See you in a few, 26 seconds to be exact.
Looking to turn your passion for gaming into a college opportunity? Stay Plugged In is the premier platform connecting esports players with college programs nationwide. Whether you're grinding on Valorant, Rocket League, or Overwatch, Stay Plugged In gives you the tools to showcase your skills and earn esports scholarships. Don't just play, get recruited. Visit staypluggedin.com and start your journey to the next level today.
There we go. So we got some quick hitting news bites for you here. We got Xbox, the main man, Phil Knight. Was it Phil Knight? Phil Spencer. I always get Phil Knight mixed with Phil Spencer mixed up with Phil Knight because Nike's right down the road from Xbox in Oregon. But as I know now, all right, so Phil Spencer has retired. I think that was last week. Everybody learned that from the waves of information out there. Phil Knight is no longer the CEO of Microsoft. So we got some other folks that's been hired and put in, since the retirement announcement and it's been rocking and rolling over at Microsoft, and then moving. Shaking up things, right? So following the news that Akedochaneru has succeeded Phil Spencer, the platform's co-founder, Seamus Blackley, expects that the new Xbox CEO, to sunset the platform. That means he's basically saying that she's going to basically tuck Microsoft in as a company in terms of video games and tuck them to bed, and that's it. They're coming out. That's his opinion on it so far. As the article reads here, it's been an interesting week for Xbox. Former boss Phil Spencer, he revealed that he was retiring, and Akedochaneru will be succeeding him as Xbox new CEO. So now, Xbox co-founder, as I mentioned, Seamus Blackley, if I'm saying his name correctly, has assured that he expects Akedochaneru to slide Xbox gently into the night. That means shutting it down. So as Microsoft focuses on its efforts on the rise of AI within the company ranks. So in that right there, for me, it's like where I don't think that. I mean, he obviously was a Samus or Mr. Blackley, obviously working behind the scenes, knows more than we do, but it would be a big statement and a travesty if all of a sudden Microsoft stops making games. So I think his between obviously his insight and knowing where it might go, only because he feels what she is in, Ashe is into AI as a company, as within her company already. So I think that's where he's getting that from, because I'll be like, why would you not continue the lineage of games coming out that Microsoft have produced or co-produced with other third-party, second-party companies? So I don't. That first statement, I think, is something that obviously he has no more knowledge than we do, but I think it's a bold statement. What you think there, Akedo?
It's rough because one, her credibility as a gamer is not great because she's not. Her history is with AI. I believe it was Instacart and some stuff with Meta or whatever else, like another CEO or
other business
positions and stuff that she's done, but she's not a gamer like that.
Right.
And actually, that she came under fire for that too. They were like, "Oh, you're just playing these games because you're making a fake account and whatever else, whatever else." But she released a statement. I put it in. I messaged it to Eeyore earlier. That's not in there. But she's trying to learn about what it takes to do gaming, because people thought her account was fake. And I'll read it. She said, faking would be a terrible idea and wouldn't work. I also didn't expect my gamer tag to blow up, and the reality is more boring. I created it recently to learn and understand this world. I played with my family, and it's shared. It's a shared home account across devices, which you can see in the range of games and achievement. I fixed that this weekend, so everyone's playing on their own gamer tags, but I get where this is coming from. I don't pretend to be the best gamer, and even though I'm playing, that's still not my goal. My focus is to make Xbox the best place to play, return to our roots, ship great things, and become stronger for the future. And yes, I'm writing my own post, smiley face. So she put that out on X. I give her respect for that, because there were a lot of rumors circulating that she was just trying to make herself out to be a gamer when she's not. But clearly she's, cleared that up. That's not the case.
Yeah.
The other thing was that it's coming out, potentially that Sarah Bond, the one who was
who also stepped away. Yeah.
Stepped away. I'll put it, the whatever on that, was supposedly behind the Everything is an Xbox campaign. And that diminished the brand in a lot of gamers' eyes and in the industry's eyes, because they're saying that you don't need an Xbox to play, all these different things. You can play on your TV, you can play as your monitor, and paying Xbox is more as a subscription service. And obviously with that, being in accordance with the Game Pass hikes and people not taking that very well. And then on top of, the other exclusives being ported over to PlayStation, such as Forza and Halo being going to PlayStation, and Gears of War going to PlayStation, Sea of Thieves going to PlayStation. Only PlayStation titles really like Helldivers too on Xbox.
And that's a business move more than anything.
It is, but it makes Xbox gamers feel like we have nothing. Right. And then that's why somebody commented on that, and that same CEO was like, "We need to bring Xbox exclusives back," and she wrote, "Hear that." And that was kind of big for people like, oh, maybe are we coming back? Are we getting back to like Xbox having its own exclusive games or a reason to play on Xbox? Because the problem is that I ain't got no reason to buy an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Why would you buy an Xbox?
I mean, unless you like it, if you like
why
the system for some reason.
But
like
why?
To game. I'm saying that's why you like it. Like it to game, basically.
It's with the prices of RAM and SSD and everything else.
Yeah.
I'll rephrase the question. What would make you buy an Xbox over a gaming PC?
Lack of knowledge. Like, don't know what a PC actually brings to the table. And just knowing that a console is a standalone system, because that's kind of where I was years ago before I got introduced to the PC console war. Because to me, they both play video games in my world. You know, okay, one may have a little bit more power, but I grew up on a console my entire life, so I was like, I don't mind having both, but I don't mind having a console before a PC. So I'm one, you know, that's me. That's what
I agree with
felt.
you on that. Like, you know, I don't really play. I got my gaming PC. It's got the RAM. It's got, you know, an okay graphics card, you know, whatever else. But the thing about it is, though, for a lot of people who run emulators, who run mods, who would like to play PlayStation games on Steam, you know, the PC is able to be upgraded and will last you longer in the long run than X number of generations of an Xbox. Because even in the Xbox One alone in the past 10 years, you've seen how many different versions of an Xbox One. And I'm not to say that doesn't happen with every console generation, but it's very rare that you see in a console generation that your disk drive gets removed, or, you know, the physical media is getting pulled from the shelves across all the stores because we're just not doing physical, or we're going all digital, and like everyone's kind of like, but I like my physical games and I like this. But that's weird because on PC, I can't remember the last time anyone's bought a physical game on PC. And everyone likes to throw that little tidbit underneath, you know, whatever, that's more of a console gamer thing, which is fine. But it's more like, what makes an Xbox an Xbox? A lot of it was during the console wars is brand loyalty. You know, you're only playing Halo. Halo 3 was only released on like Xbox 360 prior to like the Master Chief Collection. We're only playing Gears of War. We're only playing Forza on Xbox. Forza's Xbox, Gran Turismo PlayStation, or Halo Xbox, God of War PlayStation, or, you know, and Nintendo. You know, those exclusives.
And
I don't even need to talk about it.
So to the point of the article, just knowing that Shamar, I think she was being honest. She wasn't trying to came in like she was being, you know, dishonest about what she does as a gamer. And then you got to do that as a leader. So she came in and stayed that. So I think the reaction of that and what her background is, I think maybe a little bit over the top, but just wait and see. You know, you don't know what her plans are. Nobody knows. You just know that she just got put in a position that obviously, one, she's a higher pay grade. And then now she is someone that, like Phil, was always opening up something. You know, when you saw him at E3, when you saw him, you know, bring out a new game, you know, on PS, like PlayStation does its direct and Nintendo does its direct. When they do those shows, she's going to be stepping out and talking about X game or X new thing that Microsoft is doing. And I think people are now just adjusting to all the change.
We don't trust it. You ain't a gamer. You, as people, look at it like you ain't one of us.
True. But I'm just saying, people got to learn how to adjust, and this is just an adjustment period. Yeah, you don't trust her, but you haven't seen her.
That's true
effect yet. So you just
gotta, I mean, like she said you got a background, number one, in AI, which everyone already don't like, and number two, you ain't a gamer.
Yeah,
and number three, our boy Phil Spencer just.
Yeah, he been at it a long time, and I think he
there ain't no way that the top two people of Xbox just literally. And the thing about it, I think I saw a post that Sarah had just posted like 3 hours ago, and next thing you know, now she's stepping away from the company. The whole thing's weird.
It might be, you know, and that's why I say with Blackley, between what he knows behind the scenes, this might be more going on than what we think. But I say at the end of the day, when change happens, everybody's uncomfortable because nobody likes it, right? So that's just change in general. And so when you deal with a big company like this that's been doing it one thing for so long, little changes here and there, the Connect, you know, from OG to next gen and all that, 360 onto Xbox One, then the Connect, that stuff, people are gonna do this. People are gonna say, you know, people that work for the company, people that don't work like us, we're gonna be like, this is not cool. This is not fun. We don't like it. We're like, well, this is change. This is what happened when things change for whatever reason. But I do agree that there may be something more going on, and that's why we see this change going on. Hopefully it's nothing too bad than what it already is. Hoping it's just something to where the company might, you know, they might merge with PlayStation and be more of a, because we're already talking about last episode, we're talking about how consoles and PCs are all in one, right? Like it's a whole monster. It's not just
Xbox, PlayStation.
It's not just an Xbox It's a no, and not just an Xbox over here, but standalone by itself. It's an Xbox, it's a PC, and it's a Switch, and it's a PlayStation. So we're just talking about that. So that's where console PC is going to become one. You know, in the next 5 to 10 years,
that's what they're saying. The next Xbox is going to be.
Right, we're looking at a mega system, and that has everything. That has a PC brain with a little bit of Xbox, a little bit of Switch, and a little bit of PlayStation. So just get used to changes like this. And I think that's where people, especially, and we know in our space, the gaming space, nobody likes change in game as gamers. Because between gamers, they're anime fans, to anime fans, they're comic book fans. None of those fans like to change things. So that's where is this first eruption of, oh no, what is going on? And even people behind the scenes like Samus Blakely, who works for Xbox, he also is worried about it because of the AI stuff. But you got to, hey, for me, hey, let's wait and see until we start really lashing out the uproar of anger of what I don't like. Me in my world, don't speculate. Let it be real first and then talk about it. You know, this is all a little bit of speculation, but also big news because Phil Spencer stepping down. So I think that's a big loss for the gaming industry in general, and also Sarah Bond too, because both of them, I say Phil in general, was an innovator, was a great, I say, person that brought change and kept Microsoft, I say Xbox, going for a long time, and done some big things during his time at the lead of this company. So I say good job to him. But now he said he wants to get off into the sunset and might be more of a gamer himself. Right? He might catch him online under some phantom name or something like that. So hopefully we find him. You know, that's where I said my 2 cents there. What about yourself, Akedo?
I think the whole thing is sus. I don't trust any of it. I'm willing to give her a shot. I think Xbox is cooked.
Me too.
I think Xbox is cooked. I think it's going to all merge into Microsoft's platform for PC. I heard that the next Xbox cost is going to be like $1,000-something, and at that point, you might as well just get a PC anyway.
Yep.
And then they're going to just push the Game Pass subscription to the point where everything's digital and nothing's going to happen with Xbox physical media because they're already taking it off the shelves. Everything's going to go to a digital format. They're going to port Steam over. And then after that, it won't matter if it's an Xbox or a PC, which is what Microsoft was planning for the beginning. And Xbox will go the way of Sega and only cease to exist as a third-party game developer and brand. And then the console market won't exist, or they'll have an option for it at a really high price point that no one's going to want to pay for. And they'll just get a PC instead for the mods and the actual power and the ability to upgrade it versus just being stuck on a console itself.
Boom. Yep. And just wait and see. All right, headed to the next quick hit news bite here in the show today. We got Wolverine doing some things. He's finally showing up on PlayStation, which I know I'm happy about because I'm a Wolverine fan. Here, let me flip this around here. Boom. We got Wolverine finally gets release date for PS5. So Insomniac Games takes on Wolverine will be out this summer. All right, it's about bloody time, you know. So after skipping the recent State of Play of showcase, Sony and Marvel Entertainment have finally announced the release date for Marvel's Wolverine, the upcoming Insomniac game title that centers on everyone's favorite adamantium-fueled mutant. Definitely mine, because if I was a linebacker, I'll be like him. Can never get hurt. Anyway, the game will be released exclusively on PS5 September 15th, 2026. So right as the school year starts. So previously the game was slated to be released in fall of 26, but no date on that. But the game's new September date will see Logan squeak into the summer session or summer season as well. So Insomniac Games have been strangely mum about Wolverine's release date. So leading some speculation to the studio was hoping to avoid Grand Theft Auto's nuclear blast zone, because we know when that game hits, you got to hide the women and children. All right. So when that game launches on November 19th, that gives this game, Wolverine release date, a little bit of leeway there. So they won't be so a part of the show that we're watching and breaking down Fallout. So game industry insiders keep suggesting that internally, Sony basically considers GTA 6 a PS5 exclusive, despite Rockstar's planned multi-platform release. So whether the case on that, there's a healthy gap between Wolverine game and GTA 6 release dates. So fans won't have to figure out how to juggle both games at once. Woo! That was a lot said right there. And I think I'll say for GTA, if it does, like that date might change. It's been changing the whole time.
I'm not gonna even.
It's not even go there.
I wouldn't even think about GTA.
Me neither. But in another sense, we got I believe we got a video on here on Twitch. We're on Twitch on X. Excuse me. A little video of this. I'm gonna run this real quick. A Wolverine game coming out. Is that it?
Yeah.
What? That was it. I'm thinking I'm about to watch a whole cinema. That was quick. Now that's a teaser. that was a teaser right there. Oh man. So this game was originally announced back in 2021. So this is why it's the highly anticipated Wolverine. Marks a departure for Insomniac as a studio, and in comparison to franchises like Ratchet and Clank, excuse me, or even our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Wolverine is shaping up to be a way more violent, of course, it's Wolverine, gory experience. But yeah, we expect that. That's Wolverine. We saw the last movie with him and Deadpool, so we already expect.
Did you want
that.
me to try to find a trailer for Wolverine?
No, you don't have to. No. Insomniac has developed specialized blood tech for the game. I wonder what that's going to look like. That's going to be interesting, and that's evident given at what we've seen in the trailer stuff so far. So blood won't just splatter, soak, and pull as it does in most video games. In Wolverine, it will even get between Logan's teeth. Okay, I got you. Being gruesome. All right. So it's all gruesome enough that Insomniac had to assess whether the game was going to go too far with all the blood spatter and all that. Based on all enemies get ripped apart to shreds in the trailers, it seems that the video game version of Wolverine will retain a mature edge that has defined generations of all the comic books and all the movies that have hit our scene. So in this rendition, Insomniac is characterizing Wolverine as an unreliable narrator. Logan has huge gaps in his memory and a lack of recall. Sound like somebody with CTE, like me playing football and all that. That's what he sounds like. So as lack of recall, and one of the reasons he's so damn angry in the game. But Insomniac aims to give Wolverine some nuance here as well. Beyond his percent of cutting people into ribbons, this Wolverine is also defined as by a deep sense of kindness. Wait a minute, you mentioned all that destroying and ripping people apart to kindness, the deep sense of kindness. All of this complexity, this is complex, will be conveyed via Liam McIntyre, an Australian actor whose performance was motion capped by Insomniac Games to help produce more realistic depiction of the character, not just through the voice, but through the body as well. So thoughts, chat, Akedo, what's up?
What was the title of this article again?
The title of the article is Wolverine finally gets a release date for PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's up,
That's
Naughty?
all. I was just wondering what system it was releasing for.
Yeah, PS5. So
not what was that other system? Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So hey. We said it is what it is. We got Naughty in the chat says, dude eats rare steaks. Gross. Yeah, that's Wolverine. That's what he does.
I'm just where the Xbox exclusives at?
Oh, well, right now we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. I mean, I don't really. It's like I said, you gotta adjust, Akedo. You gotta adjust. It's like we all. What's that look for?
Adjust to getting a PS5?
Well, you already have a PS5. I have two of them sitting next.
That's what I'm just saying. All the Xboxes are coming over there, so I mean, I can't play Wolverine on Xbox.
Well, you got a PlayStation.
I'm just saying for the Xbox fans.
Well, that means you better get a PlayStation or get a PC. That's basically what they're doing.
Hey, you said it.
I know. I said it. And I'll say it again. You better get yourself a PlayStation or a PC. There you go. Boom. All right, but that game, September 15th. That's gonna be a fun day. Hopefully, it's a Friday because I could spend the whole weekend playing it and maybe beat it. in 2 or 3 days. So there you go. Wolverine is back on the scene, crispy and clean. And on that note, we're headed to the Digital Divide Initiative.
I'm hungry.
All right. Me too. I'm getting hungry. So the Digital Divide Initiative here is my T-shirt fundraiser, bringing in, helping out communities. So I'm going to be partnering with an internet company, but this is the T-shirt that you can purchase as your donation. So I like keepsakes for somebody donating to my foundation. I thought this was a fun keepsake to have here, cause a picture of me, and I'm a Batman fan, but obviously I can't talk to W. I mean, I can't. I mean, I didn't get a deal with the WB crew. So with that, as close to Batman as possible, but not Batman. You know, that's my nickname. And I am the all-time leading rusher, so I can advertise that. So let's hit the link in the chat here. Let me see here. That right here. Hit
Let me
that.
toss it in on NIL TV as well.
And hit that link. That'll take you to go purchase. So you look at, or you can scan that QR code that's right above Akedo's head. And this is the Digital Divide Initiative right here, logo there. There you go on that side. If you scan that, you can order yourself a T-shirt. They're going out. We've had big orders where campaign started a little bit over a month ago, and it's been going great for us so far. So super excited about the campaign. Keep it rolling here. And on that note, we are headed into, should be, I don't know, let me bring this up to another commercial break, and we'll be right back here for this weekend. God, say that again. We'll be back again with This Week in Esports History. See y'all in a few seconds. Let me see how many seconds that will be. That'll be 7. Oh, no. That'll be 24 seconds. See y'all back then. Peace.
While you game, DevourGo delivers more than just food. It is the next-gen commerce platform bringing seamless ordering into the heart of gaming and entertainment. Skip the app hopping. From your computer to the kitchen, DevourGo makes it easy to fuel up without missing a moment. Game on, eat up, DevourGo.
All right, this week in esports history, we got February 23rd to February 27th. The end of this week, I have to make a correction there real quick. And we got some fun stuff going on that have went on in the past on this week of history here. Let's go up, and we have the Valorant back in 2 years ago, 2024, Rainbow Six, or it was Valorant, and then came out, I think, in 20. No, that's not right. And Rainbow Six Siege reached a historic all-time peak of viewership at 521,374 viewers during the Six Invitational back in 2024, where the Brazilian team W7M Esports staged a legendary comeback to win the first world title there. And then Counter-Strike back in 2002, the IEM Katowice 2022 grand finale, FaZe Clan and G2 Esports concluded in late February, peaking at a 1.122 million viewers, a record for that event at that time, as fans returned to the Spa Deck Arena for the first time in 2 years because of COVID. And then what else is on this list? League of Legends back in 2022, during the week of 2022, MLP Indonesia Season 9 set a then record for February esports viewership, drawing over 1.12 million peak viewers during a match between ONEC and RRO Hoshi. So there you go. And then CSGO Major 2019, the IME also in Katowice Major 2019 was in peak stages during the week, ultimately seeing Atralius cement their era with a dominant championship run. So that is this week in esports history. And now we're headed over to this or that. And let me hit that comment for you.
This or that.
All right, we got a fun, easy one here. We got this or that. And it's the warm-up, easy, fun edition. All right, first one up on the slate here in the morning. A lot of y'all might do this. I know I don't ever. Coffee or energy drink? Chat, Akedo.
In the morning?
Yeah, in the morning.
Coffee.
Coffee. Me, water. Actually, water.
That's not even an option, bro.
Water with key lime.
But that's not an option.
Flushing out my system.
But that's not an option.
I know it's not. I'll say it's not even barely an energy drink. I don't know. That's my energy drink then. I'll say that. I'll say if I did anything, it would be maybe an energy drink because it would be slide drink. You see that little refrigerator right there, slide drink, all good, healthy boost, and all good, healthy dream, and all good, healthy chill. My favorite flavor is mango, which is part of the Boost family. I think it's Boost. If not, that's chill. Either way, I got slide drink with me in the morning. So coffee for Akedo. What about you, chat? Drop your answers in the chat. Next one up. We got morning grind or late night hustle. You just talked about you were up to 2 something last night on that hustle, finishing off something.
I'd rather get my grind done in the morning.
Hold on. We got a pool. Marie's down here pulling cards. What's this?
Show them.
This is a Mega Dragon Knight. Is this a gold?
You did not.
There you go. That's what my wife just pulled.
Marie, you did not.
Alan said you did not.
Yeah, tell him I just pulled it out of a blister pack.
What?
He just pulled this out of. He just pulled this
You
out of
did not pull it out of a booster.
Blister.
A blister pack.
Oh, the blister pack. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
The 2-pack.
There you go.
It's a $400
That's awesome.
That's a is it
What?
$400 card right there.
I believe. Yeah, I'm looking at the card list. I know there's 2. That's
awesome. Good job.
Sorry, I couldn't.
No, I told you.
no need to apologize.
Don't apologize for that. Yeah, we good. I told her come up anytime, interrupt, please.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. There you go. For me,
tell her I'm about to text Victor.
All right, text Victor. Me a morning grind or late night hustle. I gotta say late night hustle. Morning. No, I'll say morning grind. I take that back. Morning grind for me. We got Naughty. Naughty says coffee. And that was one hell of a pull from my wife there. Good job there, pulling the car. She's down there. You already know what the life is downstairs. Pulling tab. All right, next one up here on easy warm-up, easy fun day. We got text message or voice message. What you dropping, Akedo? A text message?
I like the text messages only because they, I like voice messages, but if you're somewhere where you can't really listen to it, the text is still better, unless I'm just going to call you.
Facts. I would say I'm a text message guy. I'm a pro at it now. My thumbs be going. Bah, 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 bah. I could do it without looking. Like I'll be walking down the street talking to people. Hey man, how you doing? Boom, 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 boom. So text message for me all day. Naughty, what you got? Late night, more focused. So he's a late night hustler. I got you. I could see that, Naughty. I know. Yeah, the games we played. Yeah, I see you locked in. All right, next one up. We're getting through this pretty fast here. Headphones on or speakers up? Depends on where I'm at. If I'm at home, which I would like to have speakers up, because then I don't need to put headphones on. But on the airplane, headphones on, because you can't disturb your guests, your people sitting next to you. Because I like big sound. So at home, I'm doing speakers up. So right now, I'll be getting a theater hooked up, hopefully soon. I'm going to have the same company working here to get some audio so I don't have to put the headphones on. And y'all can hear me. I can hear y'all just as clear. So
what about you, the headphones as well? Ain't nothing like a set of AirPods. Like, because you don't want to hear everybody, Well, the only reason why I say that is because my neighbors next door have their speakers up sometimes when I'm trying to nap.
Oh, well, that's you like
or
quiet.
When Artie's trying to nap, like, man, you can blow your own eardrums out. If it depends on the setting. If we're at a party or something and everybody's doing it, okay. But like if you're trying to study or whatever else, I don't need to hear my wall vibrating because you want to jam out.
Right. Yeah, that's part of it though. That's part of it. All right. Next, we got my wife talking about speakers up. And then my man Naughty, he also said for sure speakers, but real quiet. I had speaker to speakers when I was in college. Oh, go ahead.
For a movie, I would want speakers though. Like I have a nice Bose sound bar. I'd rather have watching TV through a speaker.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's why I like to have like little movie theater setup type, front speakers, front speaker, middle speaker, back speaker, stuff like that. When I was in college, real quick, our neighbors to our right, every Thursday night, I guess I found out later that year that they didn't have class on Friday, so their Thursday night was party time. And so what that meant to them was they bought the bus Tupac's double album all night long. So you remember you were a kiddo. You wasn't listening to Pac then. This was 1995. You were just a baby. And I don't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want it with me. Every Thursday night my freshman year. And it took about 4 Thursdays in a row to where I went over to his house or his dorm room. Hey, we need to talk. Why is it every Thursday night at like 9:45 you turn on the speaker system? And he told me, oh, well, man, that's my last day of class. I don't have class on Friday. I said, man, Thursday night is my best day of sleep. I'm trying to play a game on Saturday. He's like, oh, that's what you trying to. Yes. He said, I knew you were our neighbors, but we didn't know. Yes, I'm trying to get sleep. That's the one night I want to get sleep is a Thursday night. Get my 7 to 8. I can't help get my sleep in when you got Pac at 9:45, bro. Can you help a brother? Can you help a Husker out?
Right.
Don't do it. Wait till like midnight, because then I'm in REM sleep. I won't wake up at that time. I'm in deep sleep. Because you get in that deep sleep, nothing budges you. So I told him that, and they helped me out. And then the funny thing, about 10, 15 years later, after that, we ran into each other at a game. And he's like, "Come on, remember I was your next door neighbor to play Pac?" I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" It was good times after that. But I'm a flipper between headphones and speakers. I like my speakers. All right, headed down another fun aisle. Oh nope, we got one more. Is that? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't put that in the right spot. One more question. Homeboy or outside vibes? Homebody. I read that wrong. Homebody or outside vibes? I'm an outdoor person. I'm sorry. That's why one reason I live in Texas right now, because I like warm weather and want to be outside all day if I can. So boom, answer completed. Akedo, go.
Outside has bugs.
Okay, and
I do like outside though. Like, ain't nothing like having a bonfire, some friends. We're cooped up inside all winter. I think some of the best times, are at the beach, chilling, letting the kids run around outside. It's sunny, whatever else. The games and stuff will always kind of be there in the evening, and I am a homebody, but sometimes when you're cooped up after winter, like you got to go outside, man.
Facts. And that's why I remember those days being cooped up in the winter, and then that first day of spring hit where it's warm all day long, not just warm when the sun is up, but warm all day long. That happens in Wisconsin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When I got that day where I could sit when the sun is down and it's still no jacket, I don't have to put a jacket on. That's when I was feeling good. And my man, Naughty
when that breeze hits.
Yep. My man Naughty says, homebody, home is where my cat is. So there you go.
You can take your cat outside. Just get a cat leash.
Get cat.
I used to walk cat at Esky, or when you'll see him, Mittens. I miss Mittens so much. I took Mittens to the store.
Oh, that was
I took Mittens to
yours
work.
Cats?
No, my cat.
Oh, your cat. Oh, okay.
My cat, I had like a leash. I took Mitten. He would jump in this weird purse bag. He'd just jump in. I toss him in the car. He liked car rides, and I just let him run around the store. And the kids loved him.
Nice.
He'd be sitting outside the store. His door would be wide open. I'm like, go on,
Naughty said,
do what
nah.
you want to do, Mittens.
Yeah. And Naughty said, nah, absolutely not. All right, on that note, we're headed to this week in video game history, and we got some good. I think I found some good clips. Hopefully, I don't get YouTube in trouble on YouTube and all that. I'm gonna run this because I put some work into this. All right, we got February 23rd through the 22nd, celebrating the classic and unforgettable releases that shaped our industry. So first game, let's get that wrong. Wait a minute, that was supposed to go up here. They got some new stuff here in the StreamYard I'm trying to mess around with. If you notice where the bottom line, and the bottom line is not the bottom line no more. Look where it's at. It's on the top of the line.
It's on the top. Yeah.
It's top line now. And then I'm going to bring in this for first game is, oh, wait a minute. Is that right? Nope. That's not right. Hold up. I got to go up. I'm a little too fast ahead of myself. So first game up is February 23rd, 1999. I was 23 years old, living in Seattle, and this game came out. Let me pop it up here. It is Silent Hill. Between this and Resident Evil, Akedo, I was playing these games. Me and my brother was having a good old time, going back and forth, grown-ass men screaming like little kids. Playing spooky games like this, and these were the graphics back then, so we just had to ride or die with it. You know what I'm saying? So what's your? These were the games. This was the graphics, and we thought this was so fire back then. You know what I mean? This was Silent Hill 1, the original OG. So this was Konami's legendary survival horror title debut for the PlayStation 1 in North America, redefining the genre with a psychological depth and iconic fog that they had in pretty much every scene. So that is Silent Hill. Have you played any other Silent Hills, Akedo?
No.
Chat? He said no. Are you? Or you are this year? We did Resident Evil last year. We're gonna crank up because I got Silent Hill for my birthday, broski. So you gotta help me out. Play some Silent Hill with me.
Dang, right. You just popped that little kid. Dang.
I think it was a monster. It had
little
to be
kid
a monster.
That
little kid monster. Yep. All right. Next one. That's the zombies and the ghost. I think. I hope so. I don't remember this game. This was 1999, so this is a lifetime ago. This was a lifetime ago for me. Sick movie too. Must watch it, Keto. Oh yeah, Silent Hill, the movie. You seen the movie? Akedo, you see the movie? No? He didn't want to.
No. What? No. Man, I don't think y'all understand.
Yeah, he don't want to mess with it, huh? We're going to help you grow by watching this good, creepy, scary stuff. So there you go.
Why can't y'all grow by watching Bluey?
We watched
Dora.
I watched those. I watched Blue's Clues.
Something else.
I watched Dora. I watched what's the other cartoon me and my granddaughter watched?
Oh, look at this little kid. Why are they getting all these kids hit?
We got Craig in the Creek. I watched all that, man.
Craig in the Creek.
Yeah.
That sounds like a horror movie too.
Yeah. Next up, we got Heavy Rain. This was on X. This was on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, Heavy Rain. This was a fun one. I played it. Oops, sorry.
We just got done talking about that one too.
Yeah, so this is Heavy Rain. Came out in 2001, maybe?
No, it was like 2010.
2010.
Oh, got it. Let's go.
Yep, you're right. February 23rd, 2010. This was a fun game. I played this game when I retired from football. My brother had recommended it to me, and I went over to the Bay Park Mall, went to the GameStop. I said, hey, y'all, can you hook me up with Heavy Rain? And they did.
My name's Scott.
And I was like, oh, man, this is a fun game. So we got this Quantic Dreams interactive drama. It launched on PS3, pushing the boundaries of narrative-driven gameplay and a good storyline in this game. So I remember playing this game. You know, you're a cop. You're looking down. You're looking for a killer that either killed either somebody or just you doing your cop job. You got to find the suspect.
I want you to keep an eye on the train station.
So it's pretty in-depth game.
I want every cop in the city on his ass, so that if he moves, we know about it.
Yeah. So fun game there in another horror genre, but not as creepy as Silent Hill. I'll say that, Akedo. So
I played Heavy Rain. I had the move controller. I just didn't get a chance to beat it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not as creepy, so you're good there. All right,
it's
next
more
game
of a detective game. It's like Detroit Become Human, which is another game made by the same developer. I need to play.
Right,
but
so next game up, it is. I can't even say this name. It's Nora Automata.
Near Automata.
Near Automata.
Or Near Automata.
The critically acclaimed action RPG was first released in Japan on PS4. So this gives me this gives me Final Fantasy vibes.
Yeah, it's made by Square Enix.
Yeah, artwork looks great. It looks awesomeness right there. Look at that sword. Oh my god, that sword is gangster. It's bigger than her. How she's even running with that sword on her back? That's what I want.
It floats.
It floats on her back. She has like a magnet thing, or she has this. What is she powered?
She's an android.
Oh,
type thing. Like, and then the people. It's funny that you mentioned this because the people who wrote Near Automata are coming up with another. They're doing the anime for Evangelion. This is the Evangelion's 30th year anniversary, so they're going to work on a new anime series.
Gotcha. Nice.
This is a classic.
It is. I remember when it came out. I just never played it. Never got a chance to play it.
I didn't get a chance to either. I have it. And then Near Replicant, the prelude to this one, is on sale for $20 right now.
Wow,
and that's one of the games I might pick up today.
The graphics are amazing on this. And the gameplay looks even better. It looks even awesomer. Wow. I know I'm making up words, chat, but that's the way we roll on here. What's going on, Horsebolt, man? How you doing? We're breaking down video games of the week. The best video game history of games. So there you go. That's what's going on, Horsebolt. So we're looking at this week, February 23rd through the 27th, game celebrating classic games and unforgettable releases that shaped the video game history here this week. So this was Near Automata back in 2017. All right. And next up, we got here is we have Black 2006. This Centurion Games explosive gun porn FPS turns 20 this week, known for its incredible sound design and destructible environments before Battlefield 6, because we thought Battlefield 6 was doing it for the first time. But no, this is also EA, and they brought it back. Did you ever play this, Akedo?
No.
This is 2006. I heard of it, never played it, but I wanted to play it. Never got opportunity to.
I've heard it was really good.
Yeah. When something gets tagged with gun porn, that means there's a lot of shooting involved and a lot of different weapons. This would be something that I say we could have some fun with. We could go back and play this. Black was fun back in the day. Oh, Horsebolt, you played it? Yeah, it's total destruction here. You hide the women and children. That's a whole building that gets destroyed. So this is where Battlefield got the idea from. Total destruction of a game back in town on Xbox original, OG, and PlayStation 2. All right, flip it to the next game here. We got the Nintendo DS commercial. So Nintendo DS came out in 2005. The handheld officially launched in Australia and New Zealand, continuing its
Metroid Prime Hunters.
Its global takeover. Yeah, that was a fun one. I love all the Metroids. Oh, I remember that one with the disc and soccer field. I remember that one. But these are all the games that were introduced on the Nintendo DS back in 2005. I had that, and this is a game I would play this before kickoff. This was my relaxation. I would play my Game Boy Advance Pokemon Pinball, and then sometimes I would play. I had one of the Mario games on there. That was on this Nintendo DS. So this came out in 2005. Nintendo DS had, this was released in Australia and New Zealand, and continued Nintendo's global takeover. So there you go. Did you get the DS? Were you able to get the DS?
Oh yeah, I had the DS for sure. Dang, why does that look better than Madden today?
That looked really good,
dude. The DS. Hold on, we missed something here.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Man,
yep. So that
why?
was the Nintendo DS that came out here during. And this is a newer game, a game that is doing very good this year. And we go back just a few years ago for this game. Came out February 25th, 2022. Elden Ring from Software's open world masterpiece.
Dang, Elden Ring's 4 years old already?
Its anniversary have changed the landscape of modern RPGs 4 years ago. That game came out.
Which ye desire.
I still haven't played it really.
I haven't played it at all. This is my second year, going into my second year at Lakeland. I'm coaching esports, and I remember all the students, all my players were just talking about this game. Coach, you heard about Elden Ring and this, that, and the other? And I'm like, yeah, I heard about it. I was watching. I read some articles. There's going to be another, really fantastic RPG game. I said I don't want to touch it because it seems like it's super epic, and I'm coaching right now. I don't want to get lost in the game. But it's one of those games you will get lost in. Great graphics. It won some awards. I'm pretty sure it was Game of the Year, wasn't it?
Elden Ring did not get Game of the Year.
Did it? In 22?
I don't think so.
What beat it out then? Oh, well, I would like to know. What beat Elden Ring out?
It did. It did win Game of the Year that year.
I was like, I know it won. If it didn't, wow.
I'm trying to figure out what else came out in 2022. I don't remember. I don't know why. I guess I do remember it winning. I'm not surprised. 2022, everything was.
It was a good year. That was a good year of gaming.
What was Elden Ring up against? Or was that the year they didn't really have anything? Was it up against Sekiro?
I don't know.
See, Game of the Year 2022 nominees.
Well, I don't know.
Wow. That's why I was surprised to beat it out.
Cowboy Naughty said Animal Crossing came out that year. I think it did. I remember that.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It beat out God of War Ragnarok.
Wow. Ooh. It beat out
Horizon Forbidden West.
Wow. And I got that. Ready to go.
Animal Crossing came out in 2020, dude. Animal Crossing was released during COVID. 1000%.
Yeah.
New Horizons came out in 2020. That game saved everyone during COVID.
Yeah, saved a lot of people. Forbidden West. Yeah,
March 20th, 2020.
Yep, I got to get that one too. All right, next one on the list here. We have a fun game. We have another. Oh no, sorry, I went too far.
We played Animal Crossing right until Artie came out the womb.
He said before Artie came out.
We were. I hooked the Switch up to the hospital TV, and we were playing Animal Crossing because we had to wait.
Next one on the list is a classic, but new resurrected. Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins Resurrected came back out in 2021. The challenging reboot of a classic arcade series launched on the Nintendo Switch. How did I miss this game? How did I miss this? I played this game all the time when I would go to the arcade right before going to the movies. And they got a new one. I'm definitely getting this for Father's Day. I'm putting this on my Father's Day list. This game's so fun. The original back in the day on Nintendo, Ghosts and Goblins. This was the resurrection that came back out. That was in February. That was right around my birthday. And I was coaching esports, so that means I must have been busy at Lakeland. How I missed that title. All right, next one on the list here.
There's another one that just got announced today as well.
And this was the drop of the Nintendo 3DS back in, what year was this?
If I had to guess, it would have been 2020.
That was
2016.
2016. It was
Let's go.
I think it was 2016. Coming up.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah, 20. No. 3DS 2011. You were off by.
Oh
6
wow, I
years.
was off. Way off.
2016
Was the Switch thing?
2011. Excuse me. 2011.
Nintendo Switch release date.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch might have been 2016.
2017 for the Switch.
Okay, so backwards compatible on some of the games on this DS.
Well, it was cool because it could play DS games. Well, like most of the DS, ones are one gen back, except for the DS could play Game Boy Advance games, but not Game Boy Color games or Game Boy regular games.
Right.
The DSi could play DS games, but not Game Boy Advance games at all. But then the 3DS could also play DS and 3DS games.
Gotcha. Pretty cool there. So that dropped in 2011, and I was gaming on that. I bought that. I know I did that. So next one on the list here, a fun game. I know you and Steph might have been playing back in the day. I would say back in that time. Here we go. We got Stardew Valley. Came out February 26, 2016. There, Akedo.
We didn't play Stardew. She's tried Stardew and just couldn't get into it.
Oh, really? I would have think because it's close to Animal Crossing.
It is,
Similar.
but she don't like the top-down. At that point, we'd rather just play Animal Crossing, even though Stardew Valley's got a really good community. People love it. You're able to do more with relationships. Got some more mature theme, not mature, but you can. It's just different. It's not the exact same, but
right.
I think people like the fact you can build relationships with people a bit better, in the game, and then there's different, mechanics and stuff to it. But
gotcha.
Stardew Valley is still going really strong.
It is. So Conjured Apes believe farming sim first released on PC, eventually becoming one of the most successful indie games ever. Stardew Valley. I remember when it came out too. I was like, oh, something fun for the kiddos, and building that gaming IQ, like having to figure out stuff on your own. So this is one of those games, because this reminded me of Legend of Zelda top down, where you had to literally go through every doorway to find the sword, the shield, whatever you need to survive. But now you're building a town and growing it with people and friendships and all that fun stuff. So it also gives me a little feel of Code of the Lamb in terms of the top down feel, and having to make sure your followers are not rebelling against you. So there you go. It's another fun game there. And then this is right up your fun alley. Next game on the list, something that you dominate in right now. It is. So that is the commercial of a flashback of Pokemon Red and Blue, the original trailer of Pokemon Day, because Pokemon Day is this Friday. Is that correct, Akedo? Yep. So you have Pokemon Red and Green. It came out in 1996. The franchise was born with its original release in Japan for the Game Boy. This day officially recognizes as Pokemon Day globally, so this Friday. And then one I'll talk about, I think I found film on it, I'm not sure, but if I didn't, I'll just talk about it. The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages Season 2001, the unique duel released on the Game Boy Color, debuted in Japan, allowing players to link games for a true ending. So this is the Pokemon Red and Blue on the Game Boy. Did you have that, or did you get that eventually?
No, because at that point when I played it, Yellow was the one to get. Yellow was released a year or two later. I think it was a year later, and it incorporated aspects of Blue and Red. And you could kind of get all the Pokemon on one game versus necessarily having the two.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pikachu would follow you around. So it was Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition.
Oh, nice.
But even then, I had to buy that. I got that way, way later.
All right. And here is the next game, The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Season. So I will be back on that because I got to take a commercial break. Be back in a second. Hold the phone. I'll be back, Akedo. Give me a few.
You're good. If people don't know, Nintendo, we're expecting the Pokemon Direct on the 27th. I would also say that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green have been released on the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 for $19.99. If you're interested in replaying the original Game Boy Advance titles on your Nintendo Switch, we're expecting them to release the Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD to the Nintendo Switch Online, and Pokemon Gen 10, the next generation of Pokemon we expect to be announced at the Pokemon Direct as well. So those are all pretty cool things that we're looking forward to on Friday.
All right, I'm back.
Dang, I timed that just right.
Sorry about that.
No, I just finished up my speech.
There you go. All right, so that is the game releases of the week for February 23rd through the 27th, y'all. God, some fun games. So what of any of those games during that time, what was your favorite, Akedo? Because I know
you don't need to ask.
What? Oh, Pokemon.
You don't even need to ask.
The green and gold, or green and red and green, excuse me.
Red and well, it would have been red and blue. Red green was only released in Japan.
Oh, gotcha.
But I was telling them when you left that now Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are being re-released from the Game Boy Advance on Friday, so you can play the original Game Boy Advance titles for Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are faithful recreations of Red and Blue on Friday on your Nintendo Switch, the Game Boy Advance ones.
Nice. All right. So we'll be doing so. I'll let you set the day. All right. Since it's Pokemon Day, that's Akedo. You are in full control. Okay.
What are we doing? What? For
either streaming or for not streaming, you let me know because it's Pokemon Day.
Look, on that day, I'm gonna tell you, I'm playing Pokemon.
Okay.
We gonna
what you A to Z or Z to A? Or
no.
What?
The new games are getting released.
Okay, so I gotta go buy something.
You should, if you want to experience. You know what you really should.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Set the tone. Let me know.
You need to do.
I'm down.
It's $20.
Okay.
You can either get Fire Red or Leaf Green. I'm buying both. So you want to get one that's opposite of, so that way we can trade what Pokemon you don't get in one version with the other. But it don't matter. Marie's gonna tell you to pick Fire Red because of Charizard. Same with Virgil.
Yeah.
So Leaf Green I might do because other people might do Fire. It don't matter to me none because I'm gonna go through both games anyway.
Yeah.
But they're re-releasing the original Game Boy Advance games for Fire Red, Leaf Green on Friday.
Right.
And those are basically red and blue. So those are the original 150 Pokemon.
Got it.
Like from the TV show series, how you were doing Indigo League.
Yeah.
These are the games that you need to play to you'll see the same cities. You'll see the same gem leaders that you watch in the TV show in these games. Gotcha. This is where Pokemon started. This is Fire Red, Leaf Green.
Well, you set the tone for Friday. Come tomorrow between now and Friday. I already know I got to buy 1 or 2 games. And if we're streaming, if we're not streaming, you let me know. That is your day.
I can stream. I'm gonna,
you go. So we've been talking about
collab
streaming. We could collab stream. You stream from your channel. I stream from Ahman Green TV. Boom. And then you let me know. You run the show for that day for sure. All right.
It's Pokemon Day, man. It's going down.
Exactly. So it's going.
And I think a lot of people, the hype will be there too online. Everyone's gonna be talking about it. It'll be talk of the town.
All right. Well, I can't wait till Friday. All right,
dude. So we're waking up early because the Pokemon Direct is in the morning. I got to figure out the exact
time. Oh well, yeah, the filler out.
It's gonna be early. We're talking 8, 9.
I'm up at 9. I wake up at 6:30.
Pokemon.
I wake up between 6:30 7 o'clock anyway. So
let me see. If you're wanting to watch it live, the Pokemon Presents is gonna be 6 o'clock a.m. PST.
So that's Pacific. So that means 8 o'clock for us.
Yeah.
8 o'clock for us. On that note, we're going to get to the game releases of the week. Here we go.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right, first one up here, we got with a Switch. It has Fallout 4 Special Edition or Anniversary Edition. I'm like, Switch 2 is doing some big things here. I'll let the video run and talk. It's a quick preview, so I'll be quiet. I like the music.
It's the end of the world all over again.
All over again. So we got Fallout Anniversary Edition coming out on Switch 2, February 24th, y'all. So that means tomorrow. And actually, I won't turn it down that much. And so celebrate a decade of adventure, survival, and your choice in a world forever changed. The Wasteland is yours to claim. So it's going to have 6 official expansions for Automatron, Wasteland Workshop, Far Harbor, Contraptions Workshop, Vault-Tec Workshop, and Nuka World as well. So this new anniversary will bring in the complete post-nuclear epic together. For 10 years, Fallout has stood as one of the most celebrated open world RPGs of all time. So now this Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition brings the complete post-apocalyptic epic together for one definitive package. So it was a winner of over 200 Best of awards, including the DICE and the BFAT Game of the Year. This edition includes the acclaimed base game and the 6 official expansions, like I mentioned already, then more than 150 Creation Clubs items as well. So with those 150 Creation Club items featuring unique weapons, power armor sets, building packs, paint jobs, and one-of-a-kind homes, and even have dog meat take on the appearance of another breed to enrich your journey through the Commonwealth. So celebrate a decade of adventure, survival, and choice in a world forever changed. The Wasteland is yours. And this also comes with a game file. This game is 60.8 gigabytes. So it's getting bigger and bigger. And Switch, I'm like, this is on Switch? This is going down on Switch? Okay. I might just get, I already have 76, Fallout 76. I gotta finish that. I think me and Marie, we talked about it. She said she might jump in with me on that since she loves the series that's on Prime right now. So maybe that'll be a dream of mine. What's your thoughts on this?
60 gigs is too big for my taste.
And chat, what's your thoughts on it? Yeah, 60. Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's a big download for any Switch game. You know, so thoughts, chat, Akedo.
I mean, I have my own personal opinion about the Switch 2. I think it's a great system. I think it's powerful. You know, I think that it can run Cyberpunk. I know some friends of mine have great faith in Switch 2. And I mean, like, you know, it's about the portability and stuff and whatever else. But number one, with the cost of, you know, SD cards and the micro SD Express nowadays and storage, 60 gigs, you know, compared to like Mario or, you know, Pokemon being, you know, like 20 or 8 or 4.
Right.
60 is a lot to ask for that. Number two, I think it's going to look better no matter what on a PlayStation 5 or, you know, an Xbox. So if I'm going to do something like this, I would just get it on a PlayStation 5 because more than likely it's going to be docked anyway, or just get it on PC. And then if we're talking from a graphical standpoint, I'm looking at, you know, and it looks good for a Switch, but I'm still seeing like, you know, it's kind of hazy, it's kind of fuzzy, it's not, it's not, you know, and I mean like the frame rate, you know, I hold on, let me just do a quick Google search. I know because some games on the Switch 2 can run at 50 frames a second. This Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition Switch 2 frame rate.
Yeah.
Hold on. Not that it matters necessarily, but I'm just curious. They're saying it does run solid port, so 30, 40, and 60 FPS, and it does run at 120 hertz container. So I mean, you know, apparently it can get Describe the stable, though at 60 FPS may struggle in busier exterior areas. But I mean, like Kotaku and people are saying it's shockingly solid, unlike Skyrim. But I mean,
Yep.
you know,
Skyrim
was a little rough.
Yeah, and then
You said
Naughty
Skyrim
said,
which had Link's hidden armor in it. Yeah, you could get it on the top of the mountain. It
Yeah.
could have some cool things.
Yep. So yeah, just interesting how I think Nintendo 2, Switch 2 this is a big lift for them to have this game and other games that they kind of had on the plug and take
I'm
it off.
surprised it could run Cyberpunk.
Right, that and then Madden too. Like Madden 2K, they would take it on and off every other year, but now they're going for the big one here, Fallout 4, which a lot of people love this game. So I think they're trying to tippy-toe their way into the big boy games, and this is definitely a big boy game. So Fallout 4.
But it's 10 years old. If your Switches 2 is struggling to run 10-year-old ports, we got a problem.
I know
that's not that old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why even if it's a 10-year-old game, but that download is a big download. You said that from the start. When I said 60 gigs, 60.8 gigabytes, you were like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I'm wondering how much the download size is on PlayStation.
Right. So yeah, they got some I'll say I'm super excited about the game coming out. It's out this week. Comes out tomorrow on Friday, I believe.
It's also 56 to 65 gigs on PlayStation.
Yeah. So it comes out on Switch 2. It's on everything, all platforms tomorrow.
For some reason, it's already on sale on PlayStation.
Yeah. It's online sale on digital.
50% off. Offer ends tomorrow. That's why I'm looking. If you guys are not looking at the PlayStation 5 and other Lunar New Year sales, go look now. They end tomorrow. This game is only $30 on PlayStation right now.
Yep.
Instead of 60. I don't know how much it is on Switch. Let me look.
Yeah. All right, the next game up for game releases of the week, we have an oldie but goodie. I was like, what am I looking at here? I'm like, is this something from when I was a kid? And it is Raiden Fighters Remix Collection. This is out on Friday.
It's $60 on Switch currently.
I mean, no, this. I'm sorry, Fallout came out yesterday. This comes out tomorrow, and it is the old Raider Fighter classic. So don't miss this release date for this game. It's a trilogy of the 2D shooting games developed by H2 Interactive Company and Moss Company. Players will experience updated versions of the iconic Raiden Fighters, Raiden Fighters 2, and Raiden Fighters Jet, and feature improvements on online ranking system, a remix of soundtrack by renowned composers, and more. So the Raiden Fighters Remix Collection is launching, like I mentioned, tomorrow. It's on it's not on all platforms, but it's on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. So this is an old space game side, either going this way or going like top screen, top down for you, Akedo, that you might have played in an arcade somewhere between Milwaukee and Chicago. So this is an old look game. It's not really updated, but it brings back that nostalgia feel. This is going to be at Milwaukee Gaming Classic. I'm pretty sure the original version, it's already there too. So that is Raiden Fighters Remix Collection there. It is out on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation. Big fun games there. Game release this other week is complete. Now we're headed down to we got another digital buy. There is the link for the digital buy campaign if you want to donate by purchasing your t-shirt. Where's the t-shirt? Here it is. Something my wife put together. She's a great artist. She's a Jackie of all trades. Not a Jack, but a Jackie of all trades. So check that out. Me as the all-time leading Russia t-shirt. You can get one of your own as well. Click that link, copy and paste it. Take a screenshot of it, copy and paste it, and then go to that link, and you can get a hold of your t-shirt for the fundraiser. So, all right, let's go up to next up here. We got what's on stream, y'all. coming up on there.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
So we got, let me get the banners ready. What's on stream? We got Fallout. We got episode 5. The past is going on. That means things are popping up. So we have Lucy joins forces with Maximus. So and that's not just joins forces. They like an item. They like each other. So Maximus to find Thaddeus. They team up to find Thaddeus, but they got a little liking for each other. So who XCombs with the head, because they remember the professor chopped his head off. So meanwhile, Betty becomes the overseer of Vault 33, which is not a good thing, and reassigns part of the population to Vault 32, which downstairs things ain't going, or I'll say are not going right here in Fallout. Let me see if I can get a video going as well for this. Say Fallout Season 1 episode. This is the only thing I forgot to do. Episode 5. What is this one? Episode 5, The Past. Have you caught any, Akedo?
Was working on school.
Oh, of course. We could put this in the background and run it. So there we go. Staying on full page. Boom, there it is. All right. So the past, like I said, the chaos slows down enough, just enough to let emotional weight settle in on what's going on in the time. So loyalty, shift, power, structure changes, and the secret buried underground, like I told you, in the vaults is not a lot of good stuff going down there. So secrets buried underground begin to matter just as much as the dangers above ground. So Lucy and Maximus, like I said, they team up, and so it's more than a team up. They kind of like each other. On the surface, so Lucy makes a crucial move and joins forces with Maximus to track down Thaddeus, who ran off with Will Zig's head. Do you remember the guy that got his head chopped, or he chopped his own head off, and he put like the clean fusion in his neck to make sure it got to a safe delivering of what can be on Earth, the natural power that wants to be used, the natural power source. Akedo, do you remember that part?
I mean, I remember Lucy chopped it off because he couldn't walk.
Yeah. And so that's where they're at. So that head isn't just a prop. It has the key of everything. Like I said, right before he chopped his head off, he injected his neck with this clean power fusion. That's what's supposed to run, run the Earth. So along with that, so we go to Lucy and Maximus. Their partnership is complicated from the start, right? And so Lucy still believes in doing what's right. Maximus believes, kind of like the ghoul, believes in survival and then obviously his status because he was in the big mega suit. I got to get the name of the suit. I got
power armor.
The power is that what they call it, power armor. So he was in the power armor. So with that being said, he was somebody that was well respected, by the army and by whoever sees who's walking in that suit. That's a bad dude. Somebody you got to salute to. You got to open up the hallways and let them walk past. But with that right there, they're trying to, have a conversation, figure out one another. So throughout the episode, their dynamic involved. So Lucy's optimism, like it always is, she wants to be positive, and it continues to challenge this. Maximus is hard in outlook on things, be knowing that his background when the bomb hit. His whole family, obviously, he lost his mom and dad, and then he went into the war as a youngster to become then what he is now. But he's not obviously he's all what cracked up to be, I guess, because he actually snuck into the suit. He wasn't his suit to begin with, but he ended up jacking it from somebody. And then he became his own, and he ran away with it. And nobody questioned him from that point. So Lucy's optimism continues, like I said, continues to challenge Maximus, but Maximus struggles with the weight of wearing the power armor because he knows that if you wear that suit, that means you are somebody kind of distinction, and that's what he feels, I guess, not for himself. And then my man here, I know this guy's name is Johnny, so Johnny knows that too, and finds where they kind of go at it with each other. They're basically struggling and fighting between one another because they want to have the suit, they want to have the power that comes with the suit, they want to be the dudes, that are the popular kids, and they're fighting amongst each other. When eventually you'll see later on that eventually kind of wither away, But that power suit means a lot of stuff for everybody that's in it, and for everybody that's looking at it as well. So he's constantly walking the line. So Maximus is constantly walking the line between ambition and the exposure of being caught and being found out about. That he is not that dude that's supposed to be in the suit. The dude that was supposed to be in the suit died, and he just took it over, and he hasn't told anybody that. So that's where he's kind of like, yeah, I'm that dude, but I'm not really that dude. And I see your face, Akedochaneru. So what you thinking over there?
You already know what I think. I ain't saying nothing.
No, you can say it.
I don't like dude. I wish he wasn't really, whatever.
You don't like Maximus?
No, he's just Finn, man. He's just Finn.
Okay, we know he's Finn, and he's doing what though? What is he doing as
Finn things?
So he's doing the fact that wielding. He's not really wielding. Well, he's in this is the power
as fast
suit.
As you pick up the lightsaber, you put it back down.
Exactly, just like he put on that suit. Take off the suit, bro. That's what you're saying.
Well, it's just because you don't know what you're doing with it. Like Kylo made that evident real quick.
Right.
Like, bro picked up the lightsaber once Rey got smacked because he thought he was going to do something. And that didn't take not 5 minutes.
Right. And the same with Maximus here. He put on that suit and then what?
He's kind of trashing it.
Yeah. Well, he has
kind of a weasel.
I think
I'm still not sure that he didn't put the thing in the his friend's shoe and messed her up.
I'm not sure if he did that or not.
Because he was reasoning like, well, wouldn't you do it too? Like, wouldn't you want
to be in it? So everybody's fighting for that attention of what that suit means in terms of the power behind it, just wearing it before you even kill anybody and be like, earned a medal. Just being in the suit does all that, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it does you a lot of good when you don't know what to do with it, I guess, and becomes real apparent.
Right. So, but on that point, his arc obviously deepens here. He's not just chasing Thaddeus, the guy that was calling him out. He's also chasing what you're talking about, his validation of being somebody that needs to be in that suit. So, his decision makes is shaped by his fear of being seen as a weak person, and so he's trying to be big and bad, and the people that he feels that really know him, they're going to see that he's not. And then on the other side, where we got Lucy, on the other hand, is starting to understand that the surface world doesn't reward kindness, and the way that in the way that Vault 33 did, and had taught her in the ways it taught her. So she's still holding on to her values, but it's getting really hard and harder to try to be like peaches and cream, being on surface, because everything on the surface is all about survival. So right now we're learning, Lucy is growing, is growing without abandon of cure traits, and Lucy becomes smarter. Maximus is becoming more conflicted because, like you said, he took over that suit where he knew he shouldn't have took it over, and in that aspect of it, that's where I say that's what makes them a good team, because they're not trying to rule anybody. They're just trying to find acceptance, and she's trying to find her dad, and she's going to find out soon.
No, bro's probably dead. He did all that walking for nothing. Uh-oh. Hello? Hello? You guys can still hear me, right? I think he froze. Well, Yeah, he's Finn. Huh. Hey guys, it's the Akedo show. I'm gonna try to give it a minute to see if he'll jet back or jump back in the chat. I guess I'll take the time right now to say thanks to everyone for watching. In case he doesn't pop back up, let me go ahead and throw some links down. If you haven't already, I know you talked about it twice. We have the Digital Divide Initiative. If you guys haven't checked it out yet and you want to get your shirts and stuff for that, make sure that you support our campaign. They have different autographed options. It's going towards a good cause. If you haven't joined our socials, our Discord, if you want to play games with Ahman and I, be sure to go ahead and join our Discord, accept all the roles. That's for the Ahman Green TV Discord, but we also have the NIL TV Discord where we do the other things, and we play games such as a Pros versus Joes tournament, which we did this previous Sunday, which I think Horseboat won, and then Eeyore came second, if that's right. And we played Forza Horizon 5, 2XKO, and Halo Infinite. So they had a really good time with that. I dropped out of the tournament early. There's a text message. He just lost internet. Let me go ahead and double check what I can do regarding that, because I don't know if I'm going to get cut off from this because it's in of the way that we're streaming this. But we appreciate everyone tuning in. You don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. You tied. You guys both tied with 25 points. So that was pretty cool. Let's take a look. Who can we rate out to? I might not be able to stop this stream, but I can go ahead and take us out to Hooch. So with that being said, I'll see if he wants to take us back in when he gets back his internet back. But right now, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in to episode 286 of the Gamers Lounge podcast. Let me see if I can pull up one other thing. Bear with me, because we didn't go through the gamer tip of the week, which I might be able to get. Here it is. Let me open this up. And I should leave you guys with that. I do not have it. So with that, I think I'll just go ahead and take us out. And go ahead and send him a quick message. If I had to give my own gamer tip of the week, though, is, what I mentioned earlier with the streaming and being a content creator and things like that. Be true to yourself. Be honest. Interact with your chat. Don't give up your grind, and just have fun with it. The people that you meet along the way when you're being a content creator and your community are really what makes streaming worthwhile. So I'll leave you guys with that. Be sure to give Pooch 3255 a shout out from us. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And we'll catch you next time. Horseboat, Naughty. Until next time, guys, I'm sure we'll all chat later. Or we'll see you later on Tag Team. Actually, today's Warfare Wednesday? Wingman Wednesday. I don't know why I always call it Warfare Wednesday. Wingman Wednesday. All right, we'll see you guys later. Peace.